Hello everyone, this should be chapter 39 if you're following the Twitch numbering, or 38 if you're following the YouTube numbering. Yes, in case you have been commenting on the videos in the far future, I know the numbering is off. It's been from the start. From the very start it has been this way. So, let us start with the most heretical of today's decisions that I'm currently aware of. Boo, would you like to tell the team about the gun you have requested?
Wait, what the fuck?
I have requested the use of an Angelus bolter.
Hold up.
It is from Dark Heresy 1, but Chris has approved it in its current state. It's basic class, range of 100 meters, damage is 2d10, explosive with a pen of 5. Its clip is 3, I put that wrong, and it's 3 full turns to reload, but because I got rapid reload, it's 1 full turn to reload.
Rapid reload halves it, so it should be 1.5.
Halves it rounded down. So it's
really?
1. Yes.
We round down to half actions, Boo.
Yeah. I mean, can I reload for 1.5 actions?
Yes. It just takes you a turn, and then you finish reloading on the next turn and shoot with the remaining half action.
Fair enough. I mean, I was just reading it, and it says just rounded down overall, so I didn't realize we did it like that.
So let me explain why that's heretical. You know how there are some guns, some pieces of equipment that are considered holy? You know how there are special factories that produce weapons that are carefully controlled, stamped, tracked? Weapons that perhaps do more damage than a normal human bolter.
It's an Astartes weapon.
It's not.
Well, it's not. It uses Astartes bullets.
It uses...
It's not even an Astartes weapon. It's a fucking relic.
Based on the description, based on the fucking description, this is what it is. It is an elephant gun for hunting big game by the nobles, which uses illegally smuggled out, never stamped and tracked Astartes shells from the factories in Gunmetal City on Scintilla. It is highly illegal and heretical to own one of these, especially if you have the bullets for it.
My question is then, why is this allowed? Is it because we're Inquisition, bitch?
I mean, I'm gonna.
He probably just stole it from someone who illegally had it or something.
We can discuss the
confiscated.
We can discuss the issues with it, but this wouldn't be officially approved. This would be more a, well, he happened to have this just in case kind of thing, and brings it along with his luggage.
I still have my sniper rifle that it's my main gun, but this is like if shit hits the fan, you know.
Here's an idea. If you sanctify it, then all wrongs are gone.
Bruh.
That's not how it works. It's more along the lines of you ask a priest to sanctify it, and he pulls out a flamer.
Yeah, fair.
However, this is allowed because it's not outwardly Xenos, because he's on Scintilla, where he could technically acquire one. And it is in the very rare category, which fits the rarity.
You'd think it's more, but whatever.
It's actually just very rare.
It's very rare, but it's very rare on Scintilla. Because all the nobility
anywhere else is going to be impossible to find.
Yeah, near unique. Unique.
Boo, didn't you want to see about getting that sniper bolter thing?
I mean, yes, this is it.
Oh.
This is the closest thing.
This is the closest thing in all of Dark Heresy, including 1 and 2.
Do you want to know what the really cursed part is? It has both daring and accurate, with good damage dice, and a pen of 5. It deletes things.
And Mighty Shot and fucking Assassin perk, so you know.
What did you say this gun is?
The Angelus Bolter. It's in Dark Heresy 1, the Inquisitor's Handbook.
I feel like you've already done this, though. But how many then magazines does Boo have?
He starts with
It's probably-
2.
Yeah,
The
start
same
with
as
2,
with
which
any
is...
gun you're acquiring, so he has 6 bullets for it.
Well, if I get expanded magazines, I'll still have 6 bullets, but I can fit 5 in. I need to reload less. But still, it's if shit hits the fan really hard, it's my backup gun.
Listen,
So-
if you need more than 1 bullet, especially with the rest of the team also wailing on that thing, you're in deep shit.
Yeah, true.
Mhm.
Very true.
So that's your backup weapon. What's your actual weapon?
Just a regular sniper rifle with a red dot.
Suspicious.
I mean, I used all like fucking 6 free requisitions I can get to get synth muscle, an armored body glove, chameleon line cloak, angel's bolter, sniper rifle, and a red dot for the sniper rifle.
Curse.
Okay, the cat requires exit. I shall provide it. Not nuts.
Oh yeah, this shit's deadly.
Yes.
Eat the cat. Eat the cat. Oh, you need to eat the cat.
2d10 plus 2d5 potentially, which you're probably gonna get.
2d10 plus
five.
3 plus 2d5.
Bless
His mighty shot.
Okay. Since we're working with Boo, well, we got the stuff, we got the things. Did we start the recording?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Does
Tell us
anyone
about your
else want to go through their equipment so that
Let's go one at a time.
Juggler, have you already picked something heretical, or are you looking to pick something heretical?
He's already heretical.
Everything I have is completely legal and.
I know that tone. What did you take, you piece of shit?
I took a fourth hammer.
Even his internet knows it's heretical.
The machine spirits are unpleased.
Yeah, I took a force hammer, which is basically a great weapon that is force.
Don't you just love it, the Adeptus Administratum?
Yes, it's actually extremely rare because every single starter I can get it for
Free.
Yep.
Yeah, it's Wait a second.
I
Wait, you're Adeptus Administratum, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
Dracula, what did you say you got? An Animus Hammer or a Tempest Hammer?
A force.
No, not a force hammer.
Oh, okay.
The basic bitch weapon.
Right. I thought you said you
Basic
Animus
bitch
Hammer.
weapon.
why
What do you
does
mean?
force get +10 to hit?
It is always counts as best quality mono weapon of the normal type.
Of course it fucking does. Why do I feel like you have min-maxed the fuck out of getting this build?
I saw the sheet. Trust me, he did. Just look at
Yeah,
it.
he told me what you allowed him to do, and all I'm gonna say it's purely your fault.
Yep. You're the bad storyteller here. He doesn't have skills.
Yeah, he doesn't, but
Yeah,
he has a
yeah.
shit ton of stats.
Yes. You did this.
You want me to go on to the next thing?
I want you to remove psi rating 4, Jackalor, and I want you to have a few skills that an interrogator of your experience would inevitably have, like some forbidden lores, for example, dealing with a warp and psychers. To be a little
do
more
think-
balanced and appropriate. How about that?
Fair enough.
This man wants the cake and to eat it too.
Fucker comes in here like epic, so I have this amazing idea for character.
And oh yeah, by the way, I wanted to ask, how come we rounded down to half actions?
Because half action is the smallest amount you can have.
Yes.
No, I know, but then like, we're not rounding down, for example, in rapid reload.
Like
That
half-
doesn't make any sense.
There are things that take half actions to reload. Those you
I
can
know,
reload
and that
with-
just turns it into a free action.
Yes.
Exactly. It halves rounding down. Half action, halved is quarter action. Quarter action doesn't exist. So it
Like,
goes to zero.
virtually everything in this game, like the way the actions are constructed, it's kind of implied that half action is the normal step, and that you get 2 of them essentially.
Okay.
Hence why we're doing it this way.
Yeah, that's how I did it with my Desperado and Road Trader as well.
Gotcha.
Describe the armor, Jackalore. And give me a reason why I shouldn't make adjustments.
So I bought heavy power armor with two silver filigree, hexagrammatic wards, and that's it.
What do you mean that's it? Bruh.
Hexagrammatic wards basically just make me count as, if I remember, let me check. Enemies within.
What does true silver filigree do?
True silver filigree. Any character with a demonic trait suffers a penalty to weapon skill test equal to 5 times the wearer's willpower bonus. And hexagrammatic wards gains a plus 20 bonus to tests made to resist any psychic attack or manipulation directed at him. The upgraded armor's armor points are doubled against hits inflicted by psychic attacks. The warp weapon quality does not ignore the AP of this armor.
I see what you're going for. But if you have spent a fuck ton of time dealing with demons, like I said, I expect that to be reflected in your skills, son.
I'm fine with dropping a point of psi rating for a bunch of lores. Sure. It is not the hill I am going to die on in this case.
Okay, so not a lot of yeetiness other than weapon skill, but that's okay for a psyker. Infuse knowledge, willpower plus 20. I guess makes sense given what you've presumably been doing. Yes, as long as you spend 800 on getting appropriate skills in demon-related shit, it's fine.
Okay. Yes, I'll be dropping the psi rating 4 for that's how much XP? 4 times
800.
Okay.
Of powers, do you only have telepathic link, you fucking degenerate?
I don't want to have more powers because they're not even tempted to use them.
He only took psi rating up to force for the force weapon.
Also makes me able to do telepathic link really easily.
Jackalore.
Seems like you know.
Why are you acting like Epic? I want to
Your
choke
build is
you
such
right
cancer. I love it.
We had a roleplay for a reason, Jackalore.
He just comes in, acts like this, reserved sage. Yes, I understand heresy. Yes, my son. Yeah, yeet! The moment we make shit.
I mean, he did punch someone out of the blue. After being super calm. Namely Demi's character.
I will think on this. I might require you to sacrifice the psi rating 3 as well. You are not off the chopping block yet. This is honestly so min-maxy that it burns my eyes. I need to look away for a second. Demi, tell us, what have you acquired?
In terms of gear, probably the most 2 cybernetics that I could have gotten. Calculus Lodge I upgraded Scribe Times because I'm going for a Sage
What
build.
quality are the scribe tides?
The regular, because I can't go more.
In that case, considering that we adjusted it...
No, we didn't. Also, the
yes, we did.
Also, the errata says differently, bitch.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it does. Check it.
I don't care, Demi.
He hates curtains with a passion. That's his argument.
Okay, perfect. I'll get something suitably disgusting just to spite you more. continuing on from the Skypines, the things that I started with from the Starbite, but the spicy things is definitely going to be the light power armor with the true silver filigree.
Which makes
Don't
you
worry.
harder to attack for demons. Given what you know, I don't blame you. It's a good precaution, and it's very justified.
My idea for the character is that I'm originally from the, Under Inquisitor from the Order of Hereticus, and obviously dealing with heretics, there's going to be a chance that I interact with the occasional demon.
Now, this might have been just newly granted to you, given
Could be as
that,
well.
given what Arminius has been doing.
Fair. Besides that, what I got for a weapon is nothing really special besides a good quality combat shotgun with a motion predictor. I'm up close and gonna blast the bitch.
Okay. And what would you like to replace your scribe tines?
I was thinking perhaps an auger array. Though I don't remember the availability for a lot of the cybernetics right now, but I know they're high up.
Auger array you might be
Very
able
rare.
to get a normal one. I don't know if you have enough
Yes.
rarity to get a good one, which
Yeah, I
is perfectly fine by me if you do.
Yeah.
What was the rule again?
Your influence bonus of items up to very rare in rarity.
Though the scribe kinds, no, you know what I'm gonna get instead? Because it makes a bit more sense. I want to be a bit more beefy. I'm gonna get, even though it doesn't really matter for this character, it makes more sense. I'm gonna get synth muscle. I want at least to be a slightly beefier because my strength is pretty low.
I took the synth muscle only so I can carry more shit.
Remember that power armor gives you a +1 to your strength
Yeah, that is
bonus
true.
for carrying.
You have
purposes.
essentially a natural strength for carrying.
No, it usually gives the natural strength 1.
Yes,
Base
it
on natural
does.
strength?
Yeah, but
thought it
it
was
adds
just for
together with the power armor for +2.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. That's what you mean. I get it.
But yeah, that's me essentially.
Okay. Is there any encounters in your skills that I will hate?
Excuse me.
Is there any encounters in your skills that I'm gonna deeply hate?
In terms of things, I do have a tick of Synesians, but I picked that up from a talent, so fuck you. It's called Witchfinder.
Perfectly reasonable. Have a nice day.
I for that I needed I think willpower, but more specifically I needed 2 dots in Psychers or 1 dot in Demonology, which I got both of. And besides talents, well, Adamantium Fate, Iron Resolve, Iron Fate, Bulwark of Fate, Deny the Witch, Resistance, Fear, and Psychic Powers.
Ah, yes,
Strong
I
minded.
see. The Inquisition picked well in its agents. Cat tries to dominate you. Laugh. You have no power here, Post.
If I ever do have to do a Fate Fear test, what Bulwark or Fate does, which is really nice, the degrees of success that I succeeded on the Fear test gets converted to damage onto that demon that cannot be soaked.
Yeah, just energy damage, right?
It should be, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you took that you fight a greater demon at the end seriously, huh? Okay. Excellent.
Proceeds to add next to the greater demon just to make things fair.
Oh, I thought I was gonna add 4.
Now he's gonna add more.
No, I won't need to. 4 can... It was 4 when I thought I would be chewing through Arminius' entire party with you subbing in new characters as yours died.
Hey, 1 for each of us.
Adolphus, how much am I gonna hate this?
Not very.
Okay.
I was thinking just a melt-a-gun, sniper rifle, shock whip, melt bombs, and I'm not sure what I'm going to go with for armor.
This man is the armory.
Yes.
If only we had something to shock a bitch from, a distance. I got you covered, homie.
A shock whip, does it have snare?
I don't think it does.
No, it does not. It has flexible.
No, flexible is still very good on its own.
Makes sense. Oh yeah, and I'm guessing now we're gonna roll for like divinations, health, and faith.
Yeah. If I get a divination, that lowers my perception or my willpower.
Was
I'm
Meltagun
putting-
only very rare?
Yeah, it's very rare.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. So, let's see. Jordan Gilliman's skills. Looks like a lot of practical skills. What do you have in terms of lores? Common lore Inquisition. Just from having worked with them and picked stuff up. That is... Let me take a look. Yeah, that looks reasonable. Bit light on the forbidden lores, but hey, what you gonna do? Alright.
He showed he wasn't very bright on that regard in our role play, so might as well.
Boo, this character has spent 30 years working for the Inquisition. Why does his skill pyramid look more like a pillar?
I don't know. You tell me.
Wait, what do you mean?
He picked up a bunch in just stealth, dodge, parry, or whatever.
The thing that fucked me the most was like my aptitudes essentially, because I straight up just cannot get willpower, anything willpower fucking based reasonably.
Sounds like a you problem.
I mean,
Just-
it's
just
not
pick
a
up-
problem for me. It might be a problem for Chris.
Just spend 300 XP to get Psyker.
Bitch ass.
Loves in 63 willpower.
I mean, yeah, Jacklord did that and
fuck
saved a
it.
fuck ton of XP too.
Fuck it, I'll go with light power armor as well.
Okay, let's see.
Like the only thing I'm thinking like that I really don't need would be, for example, Death Dealer,
That's
because it is an occasional. I mean, it's an occasional thing because it's on a crit. I mean, yes, it's 6 guaranteed damage on a crit, but you know.
Oh, I think that's a better thing, but we changed how we do crits. It's supposed to, if I remember right, that would apply onto the 1d5 crit that we usually do if we do Righteous Fury, but we're not doing that. So you could have just yote a bitch if you got Righteous Fury,
I mean, yes, I know.
but we don't do that.
Listen, with that Angelus Bolter, they're going into crits, Demi.
You said it's 2 ammunition for each, right?
Yeah, 2 magazines.
Yep. On board your ship, you can count on being able to get items up to, let's say, scarce. I think that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Anything rarer, you need to be at an appropriate location. Okay. Let's see. What would I require Boo to
Divination.
have? Divination,
Maybe
yes.
some forbidden lores.
Yeah. Let's I think both
Okay,
you and
I can
Adolphus don't have any forbidden lores. Let's do it this way. I would like for you to have at least common lore Inquisition and 1 tick of 1 forbidden lore.
Gotcha. Okay.
Common lores might be in like knowledge general, but I'm not sure.
I think they are knowledge generally. Let me check.
Common lore, nope. Still intelligence knowledge.
Oh god damn it!
That's a pain in the dick.
It is because 300 XP. I mean,
Let's do it this way. Raise your hands who have spent experience on common lore Inquisition. Know about you, Adolphus. Okay, so everyone.
Does infused knowledge count?
No. You can add 1 dot of common lore Inquisition for free, and Adolphus, you're refunded that XP you can spend on something else.
okay, gotcha.
And then you just need a 1
Gotcha. I know what I'm gonna do.
Question: what happens if we already have a tick of Forbidden Lore Inquisition?
Forbidden lore is secrets. Common lore is, hey, I just know these people. I've worked with them.
It's not forbidden lore at this point for you, unless you're actually trying to figure out
Forbidden
secrets
lore
of
is
the fucking Inquisition.
Forbidden lore is like him knowing the stuff they keep from interrogators.
Yeah,
At this point, yeah.
I got one tick in that. Hey, let's go.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a tick of forbidden lore demonology.
Jackalore. Let's see if you have managed to turn that abomination of a character build into something that won't make me want to pluck out my own eyes and vomit all over your face, shall we? Which one were you? Michael Felhaus. Yes. Okay. Forbidden Lord Demonology, Warp, Psychers, Heresy, the Horse Heresy. Very well, I will allow it.
There's still 200 XP left over. I can get a fucking tier 1 talent.
If it's the right tier 1 talent.
Yeah, fair.
Pick up
Fuck
Frenzy.
it. I'm going edgy.
What do you mean, friends?
What do you mean, edgy? Adolphus, no!
Forbidden lore mechanicum.
That is cursed. I applaud you, sir. Okay, so.
Okay.
Everyone...
I'm gonna get Catfall for the last 200 XP.
Fair enough. Falling damage kills. Brothers, it is a ledge we must turn back. This path is inaccessible.
Good lord.
No, fight on, battle brother.
And that is how that company died.
Yep.
So, everyone, roll a 1d100, please. And we'll go in order, reading these out.
Oh my!
Oh my god, it's amazing! This is a free fate point.
Yeah, I know. Hell yeah!
Whoo.
Oh, please don't make me lose willpower. Please don't make me lose willpower.
Well, let's see, what do we have here?
Okay, so which was the first one?
You
35,
go
right?
First. We'll
No,
go in
no,
order of cameras.
Oh, note of cameras. Okay, 100. Do not ask why you serve, only ask how. Increase this character's faith threshold by 1.
That's the one Zarko was pretending he had. Jackalore.
It's 43, right?
Big sad. No, 33.
33. Thought
begets heresy. Reduce the character's intelligence characteristic by 3. The first time he would gain 1 or more corruption points each session, he reduces the amount by 1. So a minimum of 0 instead. So I lose a bonus in intelligence.
Demi.
Well, I'm cocked. Heresy begets retribution. Increases character's fellowship or strength characteristic by 3. Reduces toughness or willpower characteristic by 3. If I reduce willpower, I go to a 57. If I reduce toughness, I go to a 28. None of these are good choices.
You're a squishy boy. Congratulations.
Yes,
Welcome
I'm going
to
down
the club.
toughness.
I mean, to be honest, I feel like because all of the bonuses to willpower and generally resisting fear and shit you have, I feel like it's better if you go minus the willpower.
No, the bonus is really fucking nice because of the Adeptus Arbite stuff as well.
Fair, actually.
And Adamantium Faith.
And that.
If you want to adjust your experience slightly to buy toughness back up, that's allowed. These would technically be kicking in before all that XP would have been spent.
Luckily, I have defense, so it's not the worst. I might.
Okay, just let me know. The characters, we're gonna like we're gonna consider them finalized like at the start of the next session. So if there's some minor adjustments you still want to make, that's fine.
Gotcha.
Adolphus,
Mm-hmm.
why don't you tell us about your wonderful
What
thing?
was the page of the PDF for this again? I can't even remember.
85.
Yep.
So, big sad, I can't buy infused knowledge.
43.
Well, that's some more things that you can put in lores then.
A mind without purpose wanders in dark places. When gaining mental disorders, the character may choose to gain a new disorder instead of increasing the severity of an existing disorder.
Jekyll, you could sacrifice that third psi rating, which I still consider slightly cursed, in exchange for buying back the intelligence.
Did you hear me say that?
I did indeed.
Okay.
Okay, so, given that you have served for a while, I will give you the choice. You are gonna be taking 4d10 total spread between insanity and corruption, but you can decide individually how many dice go into each, based on what's appropriate for your character.
I'm gonna split it half, 2d10 for both, personally.
Go right ahead.
Not bad.
That's for
First one's
insanity?
insanity. First one's insanity, yeah.
Mhm.
Corruption 19. Let's go.
Those of you who have talents, apply them to each dice where they apply. So Jackler, for example, has a corruption reduction. If he chooses to go 3 in corruption, he would reduce it by 3. Because talent kicks in once for each dice.
You mean his
I
devotion?
actually can't buy intelligence to 15 with just dropping the psi rating.
It's like the dice are punishing you for your hubris, you fucking min-maxer.
Dice are blessing me for heresy, apparently.
Make a willpower roll, if you will.
Yeah, that's for the corruption. Let's see if you have malignancy.
I will roll for the willpower. Wait.
Fuck it all.
Fucking
I'm
excuse
trying
me.
to find the macro. Where's the macro?
For
Goddamn.
what?
Never mind. I'll just type it out.
Yeah, there is no macro for it. You have to write out 2d10.
Yes, Boo, we're waiting. Your willpower.
I know. I'm just putting
I'm
the
going
things
to go all insanity.
up. Hmm.
Okay.
Gain a malignancy.
Roll 1d100.
Will do.
So you're
I got
slightly-
97.
Strange addiction.
Yep. The
So
character has a near uncontrolled. Can I re-roll this using a fate point? Yeah, strange
Sure.
addiction. Oh, sure. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, you can get one reroll on, let's say, the malignancy stuff. Either retrying to dodge it or retrying
Oh.
for a different one. If you
You're addicted to
92 blackouts.
pistachios.
The character suffers some inexplicable blackouts. When they occur and what happens during them is up to the GM, who should inform the player the details of what, if anything, he remembers on awakening.
Oh, congratulations. You're going to get fucked.
And you're supposed to be a trained killer. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know what I must do, but what I know is my skill.
just wakes up. Wait, why am I missing a bolt shell?
In other news, news on the ship means that one man was blasted to smithereens in the canteen. No witnesses present, mostly because their chopped up pieces were also located at the crime scene.
You know, this is so fucking lovely. So, just out of curiosity, which of the 4 Chaos Gods would you consider your character to be closest to?
Corn. Definitely corn.
Obviously.
Okay. I will.
So you
keep that
just
in
black out in battle.
Okay, you took your insanity, that's fine. Temporary trauma wouldn't do shit to you because it will have long worn off. Jackalor. How would you like to spread your dice?
I'll do 3d10 corruption and 1 insanity.
Let's go 30.
How much is it usually for acquiring Psyker later in life?
1d10 plus 3. Fuck.
You
4d10 corruption, huh?
Since you would have been discovered immediately and trained, I'm gonna check exactly how much it is, but it isn't gonna be that much. I'm gonna significantly reduce it. But you're gonna take at least a point or two for that, because fuck you, essentially. You cursed man. Psyker, okay. Where? Okay. 1d10 plus 3. We'll make it, let's say 1d5 plus 1. Because you would have found out and been bundled off to training pretty quickly. You can roll that first and then decide how you want to spread your dice. If that changes your decision. Everyone's like, give me that corruption. But insanity is so good, you dumb cunts!
So
I
wait,
mean, I took all
you
4
say I
in
was focused on
insanity, and I
math.
don't have any mental disorders yet.
Yeah, so I was focused on math. You said how much corruption I gained from Psyker?
1d5 plus 1. And that is reduced normally by your talent as well. So it's really 1d5.
So 2.
Yep. Does that change how you wish to apply your dice?
Go all 4 in corruption, Jackalor. Do it.
One
Do it.
of us.
Do it.
One
Do it.
of us.
No balls.
What do you mean these books are dangerous? I feel perfectly fine, Inquisitor.
Wait, did you say both of my ticks in Did you say the first tick in Common Law Inquisition or both?
Just the first one. I'm giving that to
Okay.
everyone as a free thing you would start with.
I'm going to split it evenly, 2d10 and 2d10.
Let's see.
No balls.
Insanity first.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there it is. 11.
Just slightly crazy. Nothing too bad.
Average. Oh boy.
88!
That's -2, so that's 14.
Determination,
Corruption.
right?
It's, yeah, it goes to 14 because you have the talent.
The
Mhm.
divination. It's not a talent, it's divination.
It's a divination
What the
that acts
fuck?
as a special talent. Shut the fuck up.
Why isn't it a trait then, huh?
Shut up, Demi!
So, malignancies.
Let's go. Well, first he has to roll the willpower.
Yeah, let's
Actually,
see
yeah,
him
true.
resist it.
Willpower at what?
It's flat.
Willpower
You're
at
not
what?
that far gone yet.
Oh
I'm
boy.
rolling that.
Yeah, you have one reroll you can apply to either resisting or choosing a new one. And that is a resist. Demi.
Yeah. I thought for my character and being resistant on willpower and going so much against no fear and things, I think I'm gonna go 3d10 insanity, 1d10 corruption.
As you wish.
I think that's the idea in this one. Nice.
When you want to roll
Perfect.
high
Come
on
on, perfect.
insanity.
And damn it.
I
So close.
actually don't. I want to roll low because I can get affected by fear more, which means I could do more damage.
That is so fucking cursed.
But yeah, the insanity one would just be a temporary trauma, so nothing.
Yep. So, everyone, do you know your homeworld bonuses to health?
For me, it's 7 plus 1d5.
7 plus 1d5.
7 plus 1d5.
Are you all like shrine worlders or something?
I'm a voidborn.
Shrine Worlder.
Frontier.
I don't recall mine. I'll go check.
What is your home roll?
What
I got
are
it.
you? Yeah.
Looks at Demon World entry. I don't recall Inquisitor.
Rogue Trader Fleet.
No,
No, Highborn. Sorry.
Oh,
Oh,
Highborn.
Highborn? 9 plus 1d5.
Yeah.
So that plus 1d5. Well,
Plus 10.
yeah, like
Yeah,
the
so
bonus plus 1d5 plus 10 for XP.
So like that for the three of
Yes.
us, and then Adolf is 19. Oh my!
Crawling in my skin.
So you said
Wounds they will not heal.
you said it was what, Demi?
9 plus 1d5. But then plus 10.
19. Yeah.
Yeah. And you get 10 extra for the XP level you have. Because you're, experienced killers and
And the like.
the like.
Oh, how do I have the highest HP?
Listen,
Well,
in
how-
Black
how do we-
Crusade,
How did the three of you roll one?
in Black Crusade, Astarte start with 16 plus 1d5, so you're still on par, don't worry.
Fair.
Let me get this chance. So that's 1/5 3 times, bruh.
Yes. Jesus. It's 1 over 225.
Have you decided on a ship, gentlemen?
No, yeah, we did. We rolled for it at the end. Remember? And we got the sword frigate.
So there's a 0.8% chance of that happening.
Yep. Well, it wasn't in a row, but still. Yeah, we rolled for it and we got to the sword frigate because you rolled a 3 on a 1d4.
Yeah, we did. I think that's we decided to do it by the dice, gentlemen. Correct?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what we agreed to.
Jackalor,
You do not need to be bound by this. You can change your mind if you wish.
you will not stay unbound, though. We've learned that lesson with Arminius.
I mean, I'm still down for the sword frigate. I was the activist for it in the first place, so.
I honestly like all the ships, so that's why I'm up for the rolling.
Let's just do the sword frigate.
Yeah. Boom, boom.
Okay.
I don't want to roll into the fucking Jericho class or whatever.
Okay. But the real question is, gentlemen, we have to stay here for at least 2 weeks so that they can do the naming ritual. We have our ship now. We must name it.
Well. That's,
The Warp Crusader. Let's go.
I was gonna say that you also have an important choice to make. The Inquisition is capable of forging credentials for your ship. So, you could pretend to, among other things, have allegiances to other organizations. What would you like to try and attempt as your cover? For the ship and your group.
The
Fuck it.
Inquisition.
I know exactly what we should do. We should pretend to be a fucking rogue trader.
Okay, but hear me out. Why don't we pretend to be Inquisitors? That way, they'll never believe us.
What do you mean?
Pretending to be a rogue trader, pretending to be an Inquisitor.
Yes!
I
But we're
think
just 4 fuckwits with a ship.
I think you're gonna get the worst of both worlds that way.
Yeah.
But Rogue Trader is a nice one because you can kind of do anything in that case.
I
Yeah.
mean,
There's
Jordan
something
literally
pretty
is from a rogue trader fleet and Highborn. He
know.
literally could be a rogue trader. It's the perfect cover.
And you're
Wait
doing
a
all
sec.
the talking.
That's
And my
fair.
character is a very talky character.
But
Emperor's
guys,
Blessing.
you're not realizing this. This is a fucking ruse. The interrogator is trying to get an upper hand by being the captain of the ship.
I don't give a fuck who's the captain.
Just caressing the Boltro in the night while his conscious mind thinks he's sleeping. Soon, my precious.
Yes.
Soon.
But seriously, Emperor's Blessing.
For what?
Oh yeah. Fate points.
Fate
Mine
points.
is
Yes.
my threshold is 7+.
Yes.
Mine's 5
please
plus.
proceed.
Wait,
to
I rolled a
that.
1d70. Wait a minute.
Hold the fuck up, son.
Ah, goddammit. Close.
One left.
I think
Mine's
I still have 4.
Jackler.
6+.
Go for it.
Ah,
Mine's 5 plus. Oh my god,
I
I'm
think
still gonna
we've
fail.
learned a lesson to not do what Jackalor does or the dice will fuck you.
I think mine was a 10 plus.
Uh-huh.
yeah, it is a 10+ because you're a highborn. No, it's 9+. It's 9+ highborn.
No, 10+ for Highborn.
They start with 4 already, so it's 10 plus.
Ah, fair.
So I'm the only one who got fate.
Yeah.
Now, I was going to bring this up as a thing. We have 10k experience. We've lived a while. We've served the Emperor, proud. Do we all just get a fate increase?
You also lived long enough that you've had to burn a few just to survive and not lose any major organs. So I'm gonna say that you can get more when you kill Arminius.
We're stealing his fate
That's a
points.
deal. That's a deal.
Just
Aw.
leans over and starts sucking out his soul. Come to me, precious!
I'm just gonna fucking inscribe one of the bolter shield with Arminius's name.
As a psyker, can I steal his psychic power?
Boy.
Boy.
That's
Yeah,
some
by the way, what
cringe.
psychic powers did you even choose?
Telepathic link.
Ah, okay.
So he's psychic enough for Arminius to sense him coming, but not psychic enough to do anything about that.
Yeah.
I do get to counter magic when he targets me. On top of
Shut
all
up.
with the other shit.
Please kill yourself, Jackalor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sad we're gonna have to yeet Emil. The boy was just always at the wrong place at the wrong time.
It do be like that.
It really is.
I'm
You know
sorry,
what?
interrogators, it's for the good of the Imperium! Ah!
See, what that's called is being Zinchian. You were right there. The wrong man in the right place. Just according to plan.
This man he isn't G-Man though.
Okay, so the ship. Rogue Trader.
The name though.
Emperor's
Oh,
Blessing.
you're asking me what we should name it?
I mean, aren't we supposed to come to an agreement?
Mm-hmm. I'm asking everyone.
Sorry, what?
Naming the ship.
Ah.
No, whatever you just thought of, no.
Something strange. Things going into warp. Warp busters.
Why?
Longinus.
That sounds like a disease.
Sounds like a long vagina.
Why the fuck are you like this?
Hey, it's not my fault.
To be honest, I like the name The Edge of Dawn.
Oh, come on. That's
Hey,
that's
come on.
that's edgy.
No.
If you want
Okay.
to get edgy, Warrior
in-
of Twilight.
Keep in mind, this is a rogue trader ship if we're going with that background. Name it appropriate based on the legend you're trying to, use.
Rich bitch.
Rogue traders can be edgy cunts.
Warrior of Twilight.
No.
What?
Xenos Deletus. an ancient family name rumored to be passed down since the days
Yeah.
of the ancient
Yes,
era.
exactly.
How about we decide on the
Oh
background?
no, I know the perfect name.
Hit us. Oh god, what is it?
That sounds like something a rogue trader might do, yes.
Let's
No.
I'm up for it.
Aboard the ship, biggest.
No.
We haven't memed yet. We must meme.
The Lord's Ram.
Nah, any ship we encounter in combat must make an easy willpower roll in order to not laugh. Adolphus appears on the speaker and or hails them and just says, "What? Do you find it funny when I say biggest dickus?"
Guys, stop laughing at my shit. It's big. 2.9 kilometers.
And it
What do
will
you mean the
fuck
lords? Shouldn't it be the
you by
emperor?
ramming you over and over again.
I think I'm gonna veto this.
No, you're not gonna
Go
veto
for it.
anything.
Veto it, please. For all
I'm
of
still
eternity.
down for biggest dickus.
I'm down for biggest dickus.
I'm not.
It's
Adolphus.
it's funny now, but it'll grow old.
True,
it's,
true.
It's too much of a meme. It
Mm.
means
Perhaps
too
not for
quickly.
Demi, but for the rest of us, it'll grow old.
True.
What is dead may never die, Chris?
What about Sun's Wrath?
What is dead may never die? Is that how you refer to your dick, Demi? Because listen, that's not normal. You should see a doctor.
Look, its baptism is drowning it.
How about Lance to the Emperor?
Too soldiery. We're going
We're
rogue
rogue
trader.
fleet, like yeah, we're rogue
Rogue
trader.
Trader can be a soldier, right?
No, fuck off. We're not Lancasters.
I don't see Lancasters as soldiery, more as a sneaky ambush gits. Cunning yet brutal.
No. Our previous ship was the Hammer of Light. Why don't we make this the Sickle of Light?
What? Are we installing communism now?
Yes.
See, I think that Minstrato might disagree when you say our yearly tithe as opposed to their yearly tithe.
I mean, we're essentially hunting for the remnants of space Russians.
Wow.
Also,
I would like to
Let's just
correct
name it
you.
something basic like Retribution.
I would also like to correct you. The Sword class frigate is 1.6 kilometers long, not 2.9. At least according to the Rogue Trader book. So,
What if we name it?
he started speaking, and then he realized he did not actually have an idea.
No,
FC chat,
like-
please.
For me, the perfect name would be like Retribution or some shit, because I can definitely see a Rogue Trader naming a ship like that. It also has, in its meaning, our purpose of the mission.
What if we name it Feast of Kiev?
Is Kiev even a place anymore in the Imperium? Also, be right back, gotta use the bathroom. I'll agree with anything y'all say, just make it cool.
I went for actually something Silver Triumph.
I'll agree with that one.
not even
obviously-
going to consider the Eldar splitter.
No.
All right.
Obviously, we're gonna add
Silver Triumph is fine.
the Silver Triumph because we have to make it, biggest dickest like. I was thinking gold, but it's like, nah, silver.
The Gold Triumph is only for the Emperor himself.
Exactly.
And the other ships go into the pile that goes to the rival Inquisitors that will be looking for this thing.
Sounds like we have to kill a bitch.
More than one by now.
Hey.
Okay. So, we have several more things to consider. One of them being, where the fuck are you planning to go?
So we have the station. We have the Dead World, technically, or we can go chasing for Harlocks. We have the Harlock planet, which is not Kaibus, it's Cayenne.
Quadis.
Quadus.
The one where you set off a nuke to kill off a Slaneshi temple. The one that Harlocks robbed.
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
Can we just go and fuck the cat over? I think that's priority number one.
That's going to be done by the Grey Knights.
Yep, they're
Yeah,
sending
leave
a
it to the
squad of those.
experts.
Honestly, kind of down for Quadus.
Sure,
Because
well,
I
it sounds good.
think we have a lot of information, but I think one, to catch bitches down, and the Harlocks definitely also know more. They're probably, probably in our eyes, the second individual who knows the most.
We could always try second guess Arminius. Where would Arminius be going?
Keep
That
in mind
too.
it takes time to climb out to the Mandeville point. So
Mhm.
Arminius is just nearing the edge of the system, dodging patrols when you are, finishing your interrogations. So you're not that far behind him in, interstellar travel terms.
We could go for after Arminius, yeah.
What would it be to requisition of a Luigi?
Far beyond your means, unfortunately. Experienced navigators, especially as the massive amounts of deaths and major anchoring points like, civilized worlds being gone, are starting to destabilize the stable warp routes in Calixis. Worth their weight in gold.
Fair enough.
So yes, we're rolling a crew rating of 30 for our navigation.
How bad
We're
could
still
it get?
fucked.
How bad
Yep.
could it get? Really?
Shut up. I blame you. We don't have NPCs.
It's a real shame that. Should have taken the ship with the Runecaster. I gave
No.
you a way out.
And then get murdered instantly anyway because we ended up in a fight and we can't run away?
Then don't end up in a fight. Have you considered diplomacy?
Yes, we have.
What?
The cat was always willing to be diplomatic, Jacklor.
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
Even the Eldari were willing to be diplomatic until you started killing them every chance you saw them. When you refused to give up your mad quest for power.
The Eldari are talking to humans about mad quest for power? The fucking Eldari?
Well, clearly, Monkai, you are unable to understand the consequences of your own action and you need correction in your behavior.
Stab.
I'm happy for either trying to chase Arminius or going to Quadus. Though I do think Arminius should take precedent, and then we go to Quadus.
You do also know about a world called Dusk, where presumably the remnants of the device are still located, the bits that couldn't be moved.
Indeed, but we're actually Inquisition this time, not Inquisition trying to pretend that we're rogue traders. So we do actually have to catch a heretic.
Indeed.
Did we ever find out about those worlds that Arminius found out about that, like the one important place?
How about this? We go to Dusk because that's probably where Arminius is going.
Too obvious.
I don't think you have a full list of the targets he was considering. People have mentioned individual places, but that is also an option, and we will get to that. As preparations for leaving, each of you will get essentially a downtime action to try and accomplish or prepare or do something. That can be beating additional information out of these fucking heretics, by the way.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. And that's mostly to probably get like an idea of where Arminius is or might be going, because they would probably know him better.
Can we spend downtime actions to buy items?
Bruh,
Easier.
bruh.
You can spend downtime action to acquire a thing if I deem it appropriate. That doesn't have to be necessarily an individual item. It can be like, hey, we're getting some stormtroopers. How about we make sure that they have a plentiful supply of crack grenades at all times? You know, that kind of thing. But, no.
Chris,
No. No.
what about
No.
No.
best quality?
No.
Cerebral implants.
No.
You don't have the time for the recovery period.
Fair enough.
Okay, well, while Boo is resolving whatever he's resolving, does anyone have downtime actions you wish to start with?
Yes. Interrogate the heretics before they get executed. About an approximate location of where Arminius might go.
Okay, that is too vague because Arminius doesn't tell them shit and seems to make his mind up on a whim at any given time where to go next.
Wow. Okay. That. Good job.
Like, you would see pretty clearly that they have no fucking clue. You can try and effectively, you can try and look for a line of attack that will let you narrow the search in some way, but none of them understand, you know, the whole picture well enough to just go, yeah, he's gonna go there. Axalia might have, and they would mention her, but Axalia went with Arminius because she knows
Okay.
she's fucked otherwise.
Real quick, would we be able to figure out about the planet, like the old shipyard or whatever, Fortress World that the Russians had?
Oh, you mean like the things that were mentioned in passing were not in serious consideration for maybe we should go there next? At least among the acolytes? No, not really.
Okay.
Eventually that is going to be extracted from them. They're not going to die, you know, like tomorrow or in a month. They're going to be kept and interrogated over and over and serve penance over and over until they're squeezed dry, but you're kind of on clock.
Then I'm gonna do the interrogation to narrow down the list of where Arminius might go next. You know, going through things like what was his plan. You know, what other. You know, did he have any special places? Blah blah. You know, just go down through the narrow list.
Okay. Make me an interrogation roll with +10, since a lot of the people who know the most are at least partially broken by now. If you
Okay.
have an excruciator kit you're willing to use, you can add that as well.
Nah, my character would not be using excruciator kits, mostly because the other way is funner. So
This is a
interrogation.
special excruciator kit. I call it a mobile kitchen.
So +10, and I do have coordinate interrogation, which gives me another +10 just base, so +20.
That is if someone is helping you, but presumably...
No, it's an additional +5 for everybody, but I generally just get a +10.
What are we talking about?
Coordinate interrogation.
He's
okay.
Everyone gets a downtime action as the ship is being prepared to leave. He's using his to try and get more information out of the prisoners.
To narrow down the search for Arminius.
Can I use mine for requisition purposes?
Bruh, Ejacular asked the same. Guys,
You
really
can-
like this?
You can...
I mean,
you
I just
can-
want some like fairly common shit, to be honest, that I didn't want to waste my free requisitions on.
You
Yeah.
can. You can roll requisitions normally during this time within reason, so like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you want something special, like for example, get 5 crates of crack grenades for the stormtroopers you'll be bringing along. You know, you can do that as your action to try and look for or arrange something like that.
But Chris found it. He gains a +10 to all interrogation tests and gains an additional +5 for each character participating in the interrogation who also has a coordinated interrogation. This counts as test assistance and thus also gains the standard assistance. So basically, multiple coordinated interrogation is really good. But I'm going to be rolling mine.
Wait a second. You would have a second dude helping you with this. Pretty much guaranteed from the interrogators or inquisitors who are staying behind. So you get another +15 for someone with coordinated interrogation helping you. So
Okay.
it will be a pair job.
Plus 35. Okay.
Plus the standard bonus for having someone helping you.
That's already included. It's +5 for coordinated and +10 for helping.
Yes. So
Okay.
I have the target modifier plus 35. So let's go.
Let's see.
There we go.
Ooh.
Okay, that is 11 degrees of success. They start spilling the beans. They know it's fucking over. Some of them, they play back a clip of Jason begging for cilantro, absolutely fucking manic. And they realize that their little group is fucking done. It's over. Inquisition has them. So, Arminius is obsessed with finding Svarog. He wants that STC. He wants the ship. They don't think that's likely to have changed since he has been getting more and more obsessed with it. They figure there are 2 things that can get him access to that. Maybe 3. The cat, the station, and maybe the Harlocks.
He's going to the station.
No, there's no way he's going to get to the station. It's
Yeah,
not going
when the Grey Knights arrive, he probably gets that too.
not just the Grey Knights. The Grey Knights are probably going to get there before him. So
The witch will probably break the bonds on the demon and free it, and then resummon
No, I was
it in his
thinking this.
location.
The Navy is still there, right?
not only that, there's probably going to be remaining a blockade of sorts because Arminius.
Mhm.
So very, very unlikely that he's going to do that. For the demon, I do have a tick of demonology, and I'm not sure if I should roll this. Can he break the bond from, well, multiple fucking systems away?
Well, roll for it with +20.
Sadly, guess what I don't have? Scribe Tines. I fucking hate you.
I know. That's okay.
You know what? No, I don't think I will. Chris, fuck you. I'm not gonna risk it. Spending a fate point for 5 degrees.
Okay. Based on what?
Sage.
Instant success on those. Fair enough. So 5 degrees of success on that. It depends on just how skilled Arminius is. Probably yes. Resummoning it immediately, especially if he yanks it out roughly at that distance, he might need to find an appropriate place and make appropriate sacrifices. But given that he's not just a demonologist but a psyker,
Makes it easier.
if he finds an appropriate kind of place with, the right resonance and the right sacrifices, he can manage it relatively easily. It takes time, it takes effort, but it's perfectly doable for him.
So stations
So
down.
Quadus.
Demon or Harlocks. No, Harlocks would not go to Quadus 100%.
No.
They know it's a hot
That's
spot.
a place connected with the goddamn cat.
Not necessarily, actually. It's connected. Quadus is about the Harlocks. That's their sort of place that they're coming from. It has information, but that wouldn't be where the cat's really that hitting. So yeah, it's one or the other. And if he has a place, well, technically has a ship. So I mean, he could do it there, but phew, that's gonna be some sacrifices probably in there as well.
Yeah, he needs an appropriate host as well, and that well, with 5 successes, has to be a host that fits the demon's nature. You would know that previously he used a tech priest for the job.
And I have enough logic and interrogation to find out that Mordecai might be a suitable host.
Probably would be, if he's willing to sacrifice Mordecai.
Fair.
Then again, he might be, and just use the cat to access Mordecai's knowledge.
But I feel like how he's gonna go about it is he's gonna get assistance from the Harlocks no matter what. So I think maybe it's the best right now to be hot on his trails. We have a pretty fast ship as is as well.
But we'd know that his ship is probably faster than ours, wouldn't we?
No, he's not using the Hammer of Light. He's using a small mini ship.
Yes, but it's probably still faster. Not in the warp,
like
but in
slower.
system at least. And he's
It's
got it
slower in
ahead.
system. It would be slower in system because it's so much smaller. It doesn't have the same engine thrust.
It's also pushing a lot less armored weight.
True.
Might even out. So, but I think we are faster in general. We're meant to be a military ship, and whatever he took was probably something more equivalent to a
He
small
took
train.
effectively a inquisitorial courier ship from, an archaeotech vessel. So, okay, so, but yeah, that's roughly what you're able to get. That's likely to be his focus. Cat is probably the best bet for how to guarantee getting the information he needs. Okay, Boo, you want to acquire items?
Yes. First, I'd like to roll to get an Auspex.
Just normally, yes?
Yeah, just normally.
You're on
scarce.
Scintilla, so unless it's a super rare item, for just normal shit, take a flat plus 20.
Oh, okay.
Basic equipment is plentiful and easy to get here.
Gucci, that's an Auspex. I would also like expanded magazine for
Okay.
the bolter.
How rare is it normally?
I think normally it's scarce. Yeah, it is.
Okay, this one you roll without the plus 20 because you need to find someone who will keep his mouth shut about working on this weapon.
I like to reroll that simply because it's a 90 9. I don't want to get cucked.
Well, you would get cocked here, yes, you may reroll it.
Oh,
Congratulations, you're just as cocked.
Barely less cocked.
Barely less.
Okay.
No, equally cocked. Same degrees.
So, how would you have gotten this weapon?
How would I have gotten this weapon? Well, presumably I would have confiscated it from one of my previous interrogations or investigations. I would have to presume either a high-ranking official or something, because
Okay.
they would have it.
So, let's see. What's your fellowship bonus?
My fellowship bonus is 2.
Okay, so that is
You're fucked.
4 normal degrees of failure and 3 critical degrees
3
of
crit.
failure.
Yep.
So you would lose 5 influence here, as you are forced to bribe the Arbites who had set up a sting operation, heavily cutting into your personal finances
Ouch.
rather significantly.
No, that's understandable. And I would like to get some expander rounds for my sniper rifle.
Certainly.
They
These-
are... Wait, let me check. Fuck are they? There they are. They're scarce as well.
Plus 20 on this one.
So that'll be 3 magazines.
First success gets you 2.
Ah, so that's 4. Gotcha.
Yep. So that's 3 requisitions. You can make 1 more.
I'll have to think about it first. I don't know
Okay,
exactly
so,
what to take. But I
so-
do know what I want to do for my downtime action, and I'll do exactly like you recommended.
Yes.
I'll try and acquire some crack grenades or even regular grenades. I feel like regular grenades would be easier, though.
Okay. So you want explosives to be plentiful and
Yes.
available to the party and the stormtroopers.
Well, basic explosives at least.
Okay. How would you like to go about this? What is your avenue of acquiring them?
My avenue of acquiring them would be how would I go about this? Maybe acquiring them from some would it actually be possible to ask for ask the armory for a thing like that to equip the ship with?
Yeah, you can certainly do that. Let's see, what do you have to work with? I'm gonna say that if you're just asking for a couple of crates of frag grenades,
Yeah,
they're
essentially.
gonna waste some of your time with bureaucracy,
Obviously.
but you won't need to roll for that. It's a common enough
Okay.
item that
Yeah.
you guys have like, couple of crates of them. You have like 500 frag grenades available.
Oh yeah. And there you go. That's my downtime action and 3 of my 4 requisitions. We can continue on.
Okay. Adolphus, do you have a downtime action ready? Studying in the secret archives or the libraries is an acceptable choice if you would like to do that as well.
That's actually what I was thinking about this thing. I want to try and study in the secret archives and discover as much on this ancient civilization as possible.
Do you have infused knowledge?
I do not have infused knowledge.
Then we can do it this way. Roll your intelligence for me flat. The not having an appropriate skill is negated by the wealth of information available in the library.
Can I spend a fate point for a plus 10?
Certainly.
That plus 10 saved your ass.
Okay. In the secret archives. Yes, there is general information on them. Much of that you've already learned from the interrogations. You have a general idea of where they used to hold their territory and where, how they sort of collapsed inwards to where their core worlds used to be after the robotic rebellion. On top of the obvious stuff, which you already know out of character from elsewhere, you can ask 2 questions.
Where was their main core world?
Before or after the collapse?
After.
Um,
Like, during.
Those are separate questions in a way, based on how their history progressed, which is already a hint.
Yeah, we already know about the home planet in the depths of the Immaterium. I'm trying to figure out where would be their home world during the last days of their, civilization outside of the Immaterium.
Okay. Most of them were located in the general area of the Screaming Vortex. It wasn't a single homeworld. It was effectively an alliance of major core worlds, which then had many satellite states around the, central group of worlds. Most of which, a few have been studied lots of bombed out shit was found.
Okay. And anything on other warp beacons in the system, in the general sector?
Yes, you find records of one, but it's from the Great Crusade era. One of those documents which are redacted to the general public. One of the legions who were sending expeditionary fleets through this era of space found one in reasonably good condition, without a warp gate though, in this particular case. They were able to bring it online to aid the war effort. It's believed to have been destroyed when loyalist legions and traitor legions fought over it during the Heresy.
I see.
Other than
Does
that,
it note the location of this former warp beacon?
Sure, somewhere to the south of Scintilla. Let me check. So, the Atlantis subsector, the northern part of it, somewhere here. That still encompasses an area of like a couple of dozen star systems, given that records from that era are spotty, but judged from the fleet movements and travel times reported at that time, the Inquisition has noted that, like, you know, a circle on a map somewhere in here, probably.
I see. Well, I'll inform the others of what I've found.
And Jackalor, what would you like to do as the ship is taking on provisions and the systems are coming out of cold storage?
Okay. I would like to acquisition a psi focus.
Okay. With an influence roll or some other way?
Assuming influence roll. Like,
Sure.
it's average, so it's like plus 30 or something.
Yeah, alright. Go ahead. Does anyone else get a clench inside their brain, realizing that Jackalor's playing a psyker again?
No,
Yup.
I just hate the min-max.
It's gonna be
So
fun.
plus 20 because it's semi-common, since it's average.
Yes, that applies.
I got it.
Okay.
Okay.
Jackalor, if you can't think of what to buy, that's fine. What do you want to do with your action?
My action, I'd like to dive into the archives as well.
Okay, what are you looking for?
I would be looking for. Let's do the same thing Adolphus did. Looking into the civilization.
Alright. And you have access to infused knowledge, so. Alright, yes.
Go on. No, go on.
I will give you the plus 20 for having scholastic laws dealing with history and the like.
Mhm. Okay, that is 5 degrees success since infused knowledge gets an extra.
Then it would be 6, because you get one for the base.
Oh yeah.
Okay, what are your questions?
Uh,
You can outsource these to the group if you can't think of all 6 on your own, by the way.
yeah. Do you guys have any suggestions?
Jesus Christ, not for 6 questions.
Then what's your one question?
Yeah.
Now that is a good question in and of itself.
Oh,
Bruh.
do they have any? Do they have any known routes they traveled by, like between worlds?
Ah. So, I will give you something that isn't exactly what you asked for, but it's heavily related and lets me share something interesting. So, they used to, but after the robotic rebellions, there's mention of a growing escalation with the local Eldari worlds, and those routes being abandoned.
Okay.
Presumably, they might have relied on something else.
Yeah, other character, I think we know what it is, but. Hmm.
The deep warp is stable, but it has high pressure on your Geller field.
Don't Gale fleets like just flat out not work there?
Ours don't work there,
Okay.
just because of how fucking awful it is.
Demi, you got anything?
Nope. I'm out of questions.
Uh, do they have the schematics of the Black Sun?
In the Inquisitorial archives? Certainly not.
Okay.
I'm not gonna count that as a question.
Yeah.
There is.
Is there a pattern between which worlds have been hit by the Black Sun?
Now that is interesting. The navigators claim that there is something about resonance in the warp, weak spots, where places where pressure fronts meet and create a zone that is temporarily more easily passable in terms of entering and leaving the warp.
Question, Jekyll, you're asking stuff related to the Black Sun, yeah?
Yeah. Well, no, not just the Black Sun, but the entire civilization.
Ah, fair enough.
But you can ask probably with the Black Sun because the Black Sun is related to the civilization.
Not really. I was gonna ask, just in case it might come handy one day, since we might go there. I was gonna be like, can we find, like, do we have any schematics, any map from Dusk of how the temple used to be, or stuff like that? It might be useful.
Let's see. You do, but you have 5 different versions of it, each of which is different.
I'll be right back.
So, and all of which claim that, they how to put this, that they're the accurate one. Additionally, they took a blank in once because they thought it was fucky wucky.
Fair enough. But do the maps, since everyone's going for the claim, do the 5 maps have something that would combine them? Something that's almost the same to every one of them?
Oh yes, the entrance seems the same. The internals are fucky.
Okay.
Like from the outside, it's you know, it's the same. It's like a complex that's built into a mountain, and it's like it's fused with the mountain almost from its look. Like it's built into it. That places you see walls, in places it's just left as bare rock. You know, that kind of thing. So that's I think that's 3. You have 3 more. For the price of 2 questions, Jackalor, I could tell you something spicy.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, let's see, how do I best explain this? Because it's about time you stumbled across this, even if you haven't investigated that side of it that deeply. So, you find records appended to this these stories about this ancient civilization in many, many places. And they reappear with distressing familiarity, in particularly dealing with the beacon, which is still active, and dealing with a couple other systems, including the dead world that Arminius went to. When the Eldari catch wind that someone is going there, it is a warning that these are things man was never meant to fuck with, followed by, if they don't follow the initial warning, rapidly escalating military action on their part.
Explains the Eldari interference.
A few of these places, there seems to be a point in time where the interference in certain sites stops, presumably when they removed whatever they were most worried about. But there's a definite them being on guard about this, and being guard on the point where they're willing to risk their arrogant Xenos hides to put a stop to it, which is, you know, something they try to avoid. What else would I add to this? Yeah, we're gonna say that there's a couple of hints that, based on various agents, including ones that had good relationships with the Eldari, for whatever heretical reason, have discovered, is that it seems like the Knife-Ears are implying that there is some sort of great evil they helped put a stop to or neuter at some point. And they're kind of warning the humans off not to fuck with it.
Of course, they haven't shared what that great evil is, so we have reason not to fuck with it.
Yes. And there are the reports of the Eldari vessels of ancient design in the system that Arminius went to.
Mm-hmm.
Right next to ancient human vessels. You have one last question. Jekyll, please, they're all already on their phones. Just ask something.
Okay, I have an idea for a question.
Go
I've
ahead.
also returned.
Go ahead. Adolphus?
We'd be at least vaguely aware of the fact that the Hammer of Light's warp drive is capable of traveling in the deep immaterium, right? Due to them using the gate.
The
So-
Harlocks were able to eat through it as well. It's not a warp drive thing.
Hmm.
You can make assumptions about how old that warp drive is, and the fact that it seems to be a more complex configuration than it needs to be to just travel in the warp normally, but that's about it.
Can we look for records of any other vessel with similar warp drive configurations?
Interesting. Yeah, you could.
See that done.
Okay, you find several records of either rogue trader ships or imperial ships in general reporting back via astropath that they seem to have discovered a strange ship fused to other ships, which seems to have a warp drive configuration they haven't seen before, traveling through the warp, and that they will attempt to dock with it when it exits the warp. Now that is nothing new, since you are chasing a space hulk, but the fun part is that there is a list of locations of where they've encountered it, which will make it easier in the future to try and predict what its usual path was.
Oh shit.
Nice. Thank you, Adolphus.
So, you know how the Screaming Vortex is kind of between you, Coronas, and the Severian Dominate?
Coronas.
Fuck's sake.
Oh no.
Most of these are sort of in a half circle around the north of the Screaming Abyss. One end of that half circle being at Vaxanide, the other deep in the Coronas Expanse, traveling through the Severian Dominate. The locations are roughly spread out in that semicircle. So presumably, if whichever ship still has active warp drives in that mass of wrecks is, still driving the pile, then that would be the general area it would be in. Let's see, do we have we should have a bigger map.
Everything can be solved with a bigger map. Oh Jesus.
So,
Whoops.
let's do it like this. So presumably somewhere like this on the Maxonite side, and going along the outer edges of Winterscale's realm up like this, and crossing over into Severian Dominate in the north of the Screaming Abyss. Maybe I should use different color, but you get the idea. Those are apparently the two outer points at which it has been discovered or run into, roughly. You yourselves ran into it when it appeared near Vaxnide briefly, and it looked like it was gonna drop a whole lot of shit on the planet. And the Space Marines essentially nuked it on its way there. And yeah, that gives you a general idea of the location.
By the way, this is just a side question. I know that the Hammer of Light is heretical and all, but
You
we're
can't
not
have
able.
it.
No, I'm not talking about the Hammer of Light itself. I mean, like
You can't
the,
have it. I know you have enough space left over on the ship, but you can't have it.
No, not the components. I'm talking about information that might have been there.
Ah. Well,
Yeah, because it does have a librarium, and they went through things. So I have a feeling something might be left there, which is
Well,
like,
it's a
did we
pity
have access?
we're currently out of downtime actions, because someone could have gone up to the hammer to investigate in person.
I see. Okay.
To
Boo. You
You know
know
what?
what you must do.
Well,
I already
I'll,
used my downtime action.
if you're willing to sacrifice the grenades and instead go there, I will allow it.
Fair enough, I'll do that, but keep in mind I have nothing that could viably extract information from the Hammer of Light.
It's up to you, grenades or knowledge. I mean, you could completely just fucking fail it.
Exactly, that's what I mean, so no, I'm gonna stick with the grenades.
Just as the Emperor wanted.
Okay. No, that was a good idea, Demi. Pity
Yeah.
we're out of, the guys who could actually make something of it.
I see. I thought of that idea at the very end because I thought the Hammer of Light was off limit.
Inquisition, go about your business, soldier.
But the rest, some of the others did downtime action, still requisition. Can I requisition one thing?
Certainly.
Can requisition up to 4.
Ooh. Okay. I have a fun thing. And I have the perfect justification as well. It's an ammo.
I'm gonna
And
get
it's,
like
it can
sanctified
be used-
bullets.
It can be used with combat shotguns. It's called Nitidus rounds.
I fucking knew it actually. Holy fuck! I was reading them as well.
Give me the page number and the book. I assume Enemies Beyond.
Yeah, page
Enemies
44.
Beyond. It's I can justify this, and I can ask the Inquisition because we're dealing with a potentially extremely dangerous demon host that we need to solve, and this will obviously only be used for that.
Okay, and that is very rare. Given that you're in the main Inquisition base in the sector, you even get a +20 to this attempt. So
Thank you.
That is a -10 overall.
Two successes.
Now I'm tempted to get fucking side bolts, but no.
You know what? I'm gonna spend a fate point for an extra degree if that's okay.
That is certainly okay.
I want these bullets. By the way, I know this might be a bit of a hindsight. It does says psychers and people that have warp instability. Is it gonna work on a demon host that has psi rating? Yeah, probably. Let's just hope it does.
It should. I mean, it will either stun it or trigger warp instability, most likely. So either of those are pretty good.
I have a
and I
very bad feeling about this.
And I get 3 clips of it. Yeah.
4. The first success gets 2.
We're gonna be fighting just fucking Arminius. Demi's gonna pump him full of this, and suddenly we're gonna be fighting against 3 greater demons at the same
Hear
time.
my power, boom, stun.
Zarkov just charges. No! Wait, how is he here?
His loyalty knows no bounds.
Can I buy a...
You bought, what, one thing so far? Or nothing
one
yet?
thing. One thing, the Psi Focus.
Yeah. What do you want to buy?
I'd like to buy a Sanctus Hammer.
Boy.
Okay.
Since
Wait.
you're in the Inquisition base, do I get a bonus?
You already have a
A force hammer.
Jackler, fucking stop. Honestly, you need Jesus.
I'd like to requisition more melt-a-gun ammunition.
We'll get to that. I need to... Christ.
You need to re-et Jackalor, I know.
He makes a good case, Demi. Arminius is a notorious demon summoner.
He has a force hammer. No! Don't do it, Chris. You're falling to his whims.
Who knows a psyker this knowledgeable, who's been in Inquisition for who knows how long? He might be able to summon a greater demon. You must have a counter, Demi.
Exactly.
Your existence.
Our counter is there's 4 of us with good fucking equipment.
Yes, the Greater Demon of Zinch uses an area of effect power.
I
Sounds like-
mean,
That sounds like a melee character problem.
Go ahead, Jacklor, take the plus 20.
I'll spend a plus 10 for fate point.
Do you want me to delete your
Wait.
character?
Wait, he'll spend a plus 10 for a fate point, so he just gets a plus 10 but an extra fate point back.
That's not how it works.
But that's what he said.
Fuck off, boo.
Causality implodes against your heresy.
God.
Come on, I believe.
It makes
Give me,
20 total.
give me that 100. Come on, fuck him up.
I hate this man.
Jackalor, you're whooping, but the entire table is uncomfortable and shaking their heads. I hope you're proud of yourself.
Mainly because we know you're just gonna throw more shit at us because of it.
See, this is why people play with X cards, Jackalor. Okay, does anyone else want to purchase anything?
Yes, I'd like more ammo. See, I got the anti-psyker stuff. Now I just like the killy stuff.
Ah, yes, you want ammo and Adolphus wanted meltagun ammo.
Mhm.
Ammo is one step less rare than the gun itself, so it's rare, but you get a plus 20, so it goes to, you know, plus 0. So go ahead and stock up.
Yeah, hold up. I want to see what ammo I want.
Yeah, you do that. Adolphus can manage to fuck up. Would you like to
I'll
roll?
re-roll that.
Okay, so that's 4 more canisters.
Okay.
Yeah, looking at it, I need this. This is what the Emperor always wanted me to do. I'm gonna try and requisition man-stopper bullets.
Okay, those are what scarce.
Scarce.
Yep.
So total of plus 10.
So modifiers plus 10.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
4.
4 clips. Okay.
And I also know what I want to requisition last, actually. My 4th one.
Yes.
I would like to attempt to get a warp leech canister for my sniper rifle. It's very rare.
Where is it?
Page 45 of Enemies Beyond.
Of course, this book should never have been released.
I mean, it adds crippling 2 against targets with the demonic trait. And it lasts for 40 rounds. Or 40 bullets.
45.
Per canister.
So, warp leech canister. Where the fuck is the actual description?
It should be bottom right of the page.
Crippling 2, that means they get what, plus 2 to critical effects once it goes into crits?
No. Where is it? Crippling. Cripples the target of the other encounter. They take in brackets damage when performing more than a half action. And that does not get reduced by armor or toughness.
I see, the cat has you concerned.
Never can be too prepared.
I mean, that being said, at this point, half a dozen worlds are tied, or the deaths of a half dozen worlds are tied to the quest for the Svarog, so maybe you're not wrong to be worried.
Fair enough. So it's very rare, so with a plus 20 that should be a minus 10, right?
Me just crippling, yeah. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, go ahead and take it.
So it's minus 10.
Yes. Yes, it is.
God damn it. Fuck it.
Okay.
I have 2 more things.
Mm-hmm.
So One of them is going to be very simple, an Auspex.
That is scarce,
Always
so it
useful.
goes to a +10.
Always need it, guys. I'm going to re-roll that one because I need it.
He needs it, he says.
I need it.
Okay, you have an Auspex.
And there's one more thing.
Of course there always is.
Do I do it? Do I fucking meme on it?
Don't you fucking dare! The scribe times have run out. There was supposed to be a massive container ship coming in from the late worlds, but it got destroyed in the panic as the world died, Demi.
Of course. My condolences.
I mean, you can't install them in time anyway.
Hold up, give me a bit. I had an idea, but then I realized I can get a better idea. No, don't worry about me for now. Give me just a bit.
For fuck's sake. Okay, what do the rest of you want?
I'd like to buy consecrated scrolls.
Okay, and those are for not getting fucked as a psyker, yes?
Yes.
And they give you what, one free escape from getting fucked? It's like a get out of jail free card?
Mm-hmm. As a result of the subsequent focus power test, you re-roll the result on the psychic phenomena table.
What do hexagrammatic wards do again?
It's a defense against psychic shit.
Mm-hmm. I'll post the thing.
Jacklor, you can roll for your thing.
Do I get the +20 for being scarce?
Not for being scarce, but for the sake of you being a psyker and this being a very bad thing if you fuck up.
Okay, I get one.
We're gonna treat this as ammunition. So I will give you, what is it, 6 degrees? I'll give you 7 for that. Use them well.
Mm-hmm. Let me just post. Do remember, you can only use hexagrammatic words with power armor and carapace.
Demi, what was that type of ritualistic wording that you had on your sniper, your las gun?
Sanctified.
Yeah.
You can sanctify your weapon.
That hexagrammatic words. It's
No.
really good.
You can sanctify it to reduce demonic, or if you have 60 influence, which I believe you do, you can add demon bane quality to it, though it's much harder to do so.
Mm-hmm.
And when it does, you lose influence. But demon bane basically is so fucking good.
Mm-hmm. That's why I took the scientist hammer.
You know what? I was thinking of getting myself Iron Fade incense grenades, but demon
I was
bane.
thinking of getting a crate of that, to be honest,
just realized
but you know.
this time I can just say roll 2d5 to see how many plague bearers are coming along with the herald to fuck you.
I'm down with that.
I'd like to try and get someone to sanctify my meltagun.
Sanctify or purify construct? Which one do you want?
Purified construction
sanctify.
takes time. The rearming the ship takes about 2 weeks. If it's longer than that, it would mean delaying the trip.
Fair.
Several days or even weeks to complete. With something as complex as a meltagun, this would definitely take like a month. So simpler gun, you could do it. With the meltagun, I'm gonna say no. Since you're effectively trying to...
What about the sniper rifle then?
Yeah, that is relatively easy. That's not a fusion beam.
Okay.
So that gives it Demon Bane. And
Yeah. Demon Bane, I'll find it just now. Gains Vengeful 8 quality, and their damage is not reduced by the target's toughness bonus if it's demonic.
no, that's
So
very
you
good.
Righteous Fury at 8 or higher, and you just ignore toughness.
So, how do I roll?
It is
for,
near unique, so this is a minus 30, I think, influence roll. As the priest start chanting over your rifle, as the lone remaining
Wait.
Magos in the city starts taking it
Yeah.
apart.
And that's calculating the plus 20 into it, I assume, because it's minus
Yes.
50.
Yeah, yeah.
That's after the plus 20.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, very rare is minus 30 on its own.
And yeah, and Demon Bane is near unique. So
You're literally going to like the to the local Pope man and saying, "Hey, I'm gonna need you and 3 of your highest ranking priests, and one of the leading maguses in the city to do this for me before we leave."
Just jizz on this gun for
Okay.
me real quick.
Can you not?
Sacred Unguents.
I think that's tech heresy.
Okay. I'm gonna do it.
Oh my, this man did
Demon
it.
Bane Sniper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll 1d10, see how much influence you lose. For,
Yeah, it's costly in that way, sadly. Oh, though you're highborn, right?
Yes.
So that's 6.
Does it say reduce for any reason? I think it did, didn't it?
Anytime.
Yeah.
It says anytime a highborn character would reduce his influence.
Yeah, then you lose 6. Jacklor, you were saying. I think you have one more left?
Yes, one more. Are you certain I can't squeeze in a best quality fucking cerebral implants?
Oh my god.
Certainly not.
Why do you want to fuck us, Jackalor?
Not after taking a downtime action to study. In the meantime, you wouldn't have been able to do this, certainly, with the implants going in. There's no way, no.
Okay, fair enough. I'll just buy the custom grip for the Sanctus hammer.
Of course you will.
I was thinking for my last thing what to do, and Adolphus is right. I wouldn't be a real believer in the Emperor if I didn't at least attempt a demon baning too of a combat shotgun. It's good quality already too, so it should be easy to dismember.
No, you can't demon bane unless it's very rare or higher rarity for the weapon.
Where
But
the
that's
fuck
Good.
does it
Doesn't that
say
increase
that?
it?
Yeah. What the fuck, Jack?
Check out.
It
Might
doesn't
just be
say. I
talking
have it
about
open. It doesn't say that.
Must have been my missing or something.
My
bad.
Let me. So the ecclesiarchs are busy with someone else doing this. So you have to go to the Astarte so they can do the sensor thing over your shotgun. You need to go to the tech marine that's here to help with securing the capital against potential rebellion.
Hey, at least I'm a heavy willpower individual, so he knows that my fate is strong. Sure. Fuck me, Chris. Fuck me hard. So
What, should I have also asked for Demon Bane on my fucking Angelus bolter? Walk up to the fucking tech marine and be like, yo, here, bless the shit.
That is an interesting weapon you have. Where did you acquire it?
Just found it on the ground.
Yes, of course. Just let me speak to the librarian. He will be helping with the ceremony.
So, total modifier is minus 30.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna get it.
I have a 30% chance. No, I fucking won't.
He's gonna get it. It's a 1 in 3. Oh, well.
88!
No, I will. I have one fate
Torn
point
says
left.
hello again.
I have one fate point left just for this. Amino.
Yes!
So that's 7 degrees of failure. What's your fellowship bonus?
3,
What did you lose for?
and I can't requisition it again.
Don't you also lose 1d10?
That's if you succeed.
Jackler, if you're gonna read it wrong, just don't read it at all.
Fair enough.
So
Anyway, I'm not to requisition the go on.
let me tell you what happens to me. So the Astartes just look at you after you talk your way past the normies, telling them that it's Inquisition and it's important. They're like, we're trying to save this sector. What the fuck? You expect us to waste our time on this? Fuck off, kid. Essentially, a little more polite and in a deeper voice, but that's what you get, and the news spreads, hence the influence roll.
I cry every day.
So yeah, -10 on the custom grip for the Sanctus Hammer.
Yeah, go ahead.
After I spent a fate point for +10 on the roll. Nice.
Okay.
Bruh.
I think you're both out. Adolphus, did you have one left?
Let's see here. I got melt-a-gun ammo and the Demon Bane on the sniper rifle. I think that's it.
Get Demon Bane on a Melt-a-Bomb.
Bruh.
There you could, in theory,
Hell yes.
but Melt-a-Bomb is again a complicated piece of machinery, so not enough time.
You just
Also,
write
you can't
Allah
throw
Akbar on the
Melt-a-Bomb.
side.
You can't
like
throw
a-
Melt-a-Bombs.
Yeah, they have to be set in place.
Listen, there is such a thing as a charge action and clutching things to your chest, Jacklor. Shut the fuck up.
Anyway. How about a recoil glove?
Sure, why not?
What's wrong with a recoil glove?
To be honest, the most normal thing requisitioned.
So far,
Outside of
Besides
like
the-
fun aspects, yeah. And hell, I just expander rounds and manstopper bullets are fairly normal.
could agree, yeah.
Everything else is kind of.
What is it, Chris? Did you want us to fucking requisition manacles? Is that what you wanted?
I
Yes.
start with manacles.
I start with manacles too.
How are you
yeah.
gonna serve Slanesh without manacles? Adolphus Jackalor.
With pleasure, that's how.
Bruh.
Hey, someone has to be the one manacled, okay?
Okay, so recoil glove.
It should be rare.
Yes, it is. So this is a flat roll. Okay, you have it. All right.
That's all. That's all 16 requisitions.
So, on the day of the departure, any last minute things you would like to do?
Can we watch the execution of the heretics?
Oh, they're not getting killed yet. They're gonna keep questioning them for a very long time.
Yeah.
Oh.
They might execute Zarkov because he's clearly brainless, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Some of the lesser heretics might be getting executed, but the main ones, the acolytes, not yet. They might
Okay.
know more. It's this is too important to futz around with. But the lesser ones, like like the bridge crew of the Hammer of Light, especially everyone that was there when you fired on the Mechanicus. Both times, actually. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a morale boosting event for the city.
Watching heretics get killed.
There's like a squad of the Storm Wardens, Astartes chapter, just arms crossed, all of them watching like this in full power armor,
Big boys.
just on a platform next to the planetary governor. It's like, yep.
Godspeed.
Tonight at 11. The
Godspeed.
execution of a bunch of heretics. Would you like to know more?
Okay, Temujin, By the way,
Yes.
as you're watching the execution, it's weird. You could have sworn it just started, but suddenly it's ending. It's
Oh, no.
strange. It's huh. It's yeah. The sun is in a different place in the sky. It's almost like 2 hours have passed.
Would I be aware that like these sudden lapses in memory happen?
Yeah, you think you just zoned out because this is boring.
Yeah, I was like,
it gets like.
I've seen one execution, seen them all, I guess.
What guns do you have on you?
Only the sniper rifle. 100% I would not be having the Angelus bolter out like that.
It's in
Okay.
the crate.
So, please subtract 5 bullets from the sniper rifle for me.
Jeez, what the fuck did I shoot?
No idea.
In other news, a heretic gone loose.
Absolutely no fucking clue.
You just see your Inquisitor over there who's still proud of even though he's bleeding from like multiple gunshots. Go far, kid.
Oh, good lord.
I
At
mean,
least
if
I
he
didn't
went
take a
off.
shot towards one of the fucking space marines.
Yeah, if he took a shot in this crowd, he would get a bolter straight through his head.
Yes.
Okay. So, after this, you are able to go to the spaceport. Busy, it seems that a lot of nervous-looking recruits in freshly made shitty guard uniforms are taking off as well.
Freshly made shitty guardian. I love it.
Their moms sewed them for them personally.
No, that's high quality shit. That gets given to the.
Their
Mm,
moms
no.
suck at sewing.
No, that shit's still given to the Military Tempestus.
In any case, you proceed up to your glorious ship where it waits in orbit. They are just finishing the silver coat of paint. Do you have a last name in mind for your rogue trader house?
I mean,
Okay, actually, did we decide on a house name?
my character is literally from a rogue trader house.
You're not, though. You've been part of a fleet. You aren't necessarily part of a house.
Mm-hmm.
And
He's
think
highborn and from a rogue trader fleet. the
sure,
thing.
you might be like a minor cousin, but you wouldn't use your own name. The Inquisition would be effectively arranging a fake warrant for the purposes of this, along
Fair
with
enough.
either a minor or defunct house that you can impersonate.
It's only natural. We all put a name, and then we roll a 1d4 by Chris. I put mine in. I believe in you guys.
No, Demi. No, Demi. No.
Throw it in the list.
Fine.
Mine is at least
No,
an
no.
actual name.
Oh, no,
shit.
Chris. Oh, yes. Okay, never mind. I
Yes.
was gonna be like, don't, because we need you to roll the 1d5 or 1d4 rather. But now we have a
It's
1d4.
gonna be a 1d5 now.
Is that supposed to be like Nguyen or something?
Yeah, actually.
No way, hun.
That seems like some sort of Xenos filth. I'm not sure I can support this house.
So essentially, as long as you guys do not roll a 1, 2, or 3, you guys have a normal nickname.
Yes.
So who's gonna roll?
I
Well,
can.
No, the
No.
GM, obviously. What do you mean?
I will do this.
A minor branch family of the head of the Zweihan's world family, clearly.
Yes!
It's an ancient Terran name, you degenerates.
Exactly.
Rogue Trader
God
Dickinson
damn it.
here.
Okay, so for the color
Jordan
scheme,
Dickinson.
let's see what is an appropriate house color. Let's search. So, that's pretty decent. Let's go with silver and red, since the ship is the Silver Triumph.
Mm.
So it's a just It looks like polished silver in the void, and it's just a figurehead and the accents, the spire of the temple shrine, and the name painted in broad red letters on the side are in red.
Dickens.
Nice.
Oh no, the ship's name, not the family name.
But
What's
no,
the-
it's there was an unfortunate mistake, and then
No,
the
there
name
was
just
not.
felt
The
like
Inquisition does not fuck up fake backgrounds. Usually.
this. No, but they accidentally added a space, and it says Dickens' son.
Do you really want me to roll for the quality of the forgery?
No.
No, if you insist.
I do not. Damn it.
So, you are able to board the ship without incident. The crew is ready. Most of them are freshly recruited. The officers, well, they wear the house colors, but you can see the urge to salute when they see you. They are clearly not, the usual band of, as the Inquisition would see them, barely restrained degenerates that the rogue trader crew is.
Yeah, they're fresh bloods.
They're not fresh, their fervor for the Lord is great.
These are essentially people who have been, they're either from the Navy Reserve or a few from the actual Navy. So, you have a bunch of degenerates with a somewhat competent crew of officers to keep them in line.
Yes, but there's also a death cult on board.
Just a death cult.
That's
I
the bad
assume they're
component.
extremely devout degenerates.
They live in the vents.
I mean, no, they're, as soon as you come on board, they're just gonna tell you that, don't go into lower decks. We have a free passage to and from the hangar bay along these routes. Do not stray from the path. The older members of the crew are touchy about such things.
And if you hear scratching coming from the vents, don't worry about it.
God damn it, Debbie.
It'd be like that sometime.
They killed Kenny! After them!
So, seeing that we're here, let's go to the bridge.
Okay. Proceed to the bridge. The crew, well, it's about what you expect. There's that one guy that keeps yelling after you, wait, please, I'm not meant to be here! Please! You know, the usual. Couple
You'll
of
get
them
used
look
to it.
sullenly. You see a few bruises on some faces. One dude with what looks to be a very badly made Aquila scar all the way across his face.
Nice.
Is that
They
supposed to be
tried.
is that supposed to be our second in command?
No, it's just some random dude that watches you
Larry.
pass by. And
Okay.
yes,
I'll
other-
salute his valor.
looks you up and down, nods slightly. And you're able to reach the bridge without any particular incident. The officers, meanwhile, are giving you a rundown. The vessel is provisioned and crewed. The warrant is sealed in a glass case in the middle of the bridge, should it need to be perused. The stormtroopers are on board, have been informed. They are ready for duty, should it be necessary. And a section of the cargo bay has been set aside should you wish to secure any special items, and the stormtroopers have already posted guards.
All right. Time for liftoff, fellas.
Before we do anything else, I'd like to inspect the warrant.
Okay. So you just walk up, open the case.
It's just labeled smash in case of Inquisition asking shit.
Okay. So the warrant goes back 800 years. It is granted to a ex-member of the Navy, a skilled captain, with the provision that he is to crew and arm the ship and be ready to stand in aid of the Marish should it ever be attacked by the orcs again. The Marish being one of the most successful imperial colonies in the Coronis Expanse, of the few that successfully survived there.
Keep nodding.
Signed by the sector governor here, sponsored by the administratum to provide, additional layer of defense locally. Nothing special other than that. Has the right to go where he wishes and trade as long as he remains within, range to respond to the Marsh requesting aid within 6 months.
Okay.
Under normal traveling conditions. So, it's a writ to travel the local space and do whatever as long as, you're able to aid that world should it ever be threatened.
Alright, sounds good to me. Looks like a half-decent forgery. Oh, that'll work. Alright.
Yeah, nothing special, no special dispensations, just
Nothing that particularly stands out.
The average Joe of rogue traders, essentially. Some fucky provision that will one day get you killed, and other than that, a bit of freedom to earn profit. Yes, this warrant would be limited specifically to a ship. He has the right and the instruction to provision a warship for the Imperium. And otherwise use it for profit.
So it's a pretty shitty one, but it's okay.
It's like the average guy, not the kind that becomes a great dynasty.
Alright, well, I'll put it back behind the glass in the case and keep note of that in case we ever have to discuss it.
In the meantime, I'm gonna see about preparing a room for a private meeting between us four.
Sure. They will inform you that a section of the officers' quarters is available for you. You can have the stormtroopers guarded if you wish, and a meeting room can certainly be set aside for your personal use. Effectively, you have, we're gonna say, let's say 50 stormtroopers. They're armed with bolters and, let's say, monoswords, wearing inquisitorial carapace. So they're pretty, well equipped for random troops. Thing is, you can use them for like boarding actions, guarding place, etc. But as they get killed, you might need to come back to a major inquisitorial base in order to replenish them.
Makes sense.
So they're like a finite resource you can apply to stuff. I will probably make a sheet for them at some point, but in general terms, they're
there.
Like a tier above normal guardsmen, kind of. And you are able to gather in a individual meeting room. The crew make sure that you have access to star maps and anything else you might require, and leave you alone to discuss among yourselves.
First, because this is a ship and we did technically, do stuff, is it bugged?
Scrutiny check with +10 for every person assisting. I'm
Sauce
assuming
specified?
that. I'm assuming that.
Who's gonna do the scrutiny check?
The Auspex doesn't apply because the Auspex is the basic tool you're using. You're scanning for radio and electromagnetic signatures.
What's your perception, Demi?
No, you're probably better. I'm perception 40 with 2 ticks of scrutiny.
I'm perception 60 with 3 ticks of scrutiny.
I'll assist you.
I'll
about you
also
two?
assist.
Okay,
Anyone who has scrutiny and an Auspex can assist.
You, Jackalor?
Please.
Jackalor?
He's the only one who cannot assist.
No, I can't
Ah.
assist. I don't have an aspects, nor do I have scrutiny.
He needed,
Alright, so that's
he
just
needed
plus-
anti-demon weapons. Don't you understand? Don't you have priorities?
So that's just plus 20 because 2 of them are helping.
Yes.
Whew, close.
Yeah, pretty bug-free overall.
Should I re-roll it though?
Just re-roll that. It's,
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna re-roll it.
Fuck it.
We want to make this a private one.
Nah, not that much better, but still better.
You're pretty sure it's bug-free overall.
Okay. I'm gonna sit down, get comfy, put my shotgun on the fucking table,
You know, adjust your hat.
adjust my hat.
I'm
So-
sorry you don't have a hat, Demi. You didn't requisition normal clothing.
I'm okay,
You're
shove
all
me.
naked,
I'm naked.
except for a power armor.
It chafes a bit in certain places.
Not even underwear, understandable, good sir.
No, you can have like a couple of sets of normal clothing. If you want something super fancy, then that's a different
But
discussion.
Chris, boys will be boys.
I will shoot you. You're on thin ice today.
When is
Leave
he
that
not?
shit to the deaf cult.
But as I put the shotgun down, adjust my hat, and look at everybody, I'm just gonna crack a slight little smug smile and be like, "So, I'm calling shotgun on the captain's quarter."
First, we should figure out which one of us should pass as the rogue trader if necessary.
Guys, you know you have an out if the sector dies, by the way.
We're rogue trader.
If the Inquisition base dies, no one knows it's a forgery anymore.
And that planet's probably already fucked.
No one can notice if there's no one to notice.
But I'm gonna.
Speaking of Inquisitor here.
But I'm gonna look at Jordan. Just be like, doesn't really matter to me. Just want the best room.
Slowly nod at that.
I don't
Well,
have the necessary capabilities to serve as rogue trader, sadly.
Well, I
Well,
guess
I'm
I'll
using
take
that.
on that role. I have personal experience with them anyway. You can have the captain's quarters if you wish. That's fine by me.
I'm not a fan of you.
I'll take the third officer's quarters.
Third officer feels a stab through his heart. Something is going horribly wrong.
Poor Bob. Actually, wait, doesn't our ship have martial hubris too?
I'm not gonna comment.
It's good death cult on martial hubris, I think.
Yes, constant sacrifices and bloodshed in the halls.
Oh, it
So-
does have martial hubris. And death cult.
Mm-hmm.
So,
It's
since
a fun one.
since we've established a rogue trader, we're gonna have to present you to the crew, so that everybody else knows you're the rogue trader.
Yeah, you can handle it that way. Essentially, the crew doesn't know, the officers do.
Yeah. And also, if one of our crew gets captured, blah blah, they can't just rat that easily. So obviously we're gonna keep it secretive.
The stormtroopers, though, they have inquisitorial carapace. It's kind of hard to conceal, so it's kind of if the crew goes in the wrong corridor, accidents happen. They kind of have bolt shells embedded in skulls.
So everyone's got corridors they're forbidden to go in. Got it.
That's how these things work, you know.
So, where should be our next move?
Take off.
Well,
Naturally.
we need to hunt down Arminius.
Yes, he's the biggest threat to our mission right now.
And he's a heretic.
That's part of the reason, yes.
Mm-hmm. Keep in mind, Arminius will be hunted separately as well. Your first duty is to secure the prize. Arminius is... If you have to choose, essentially, go for the STC are your orders, not Arminius.
Mm,
Try to get both if you can, but, you know,
not necessarily.
yeah.
You, when you were looking through the archives with me, you mentioned that you, found information on, a ship adrift in the warp with a similar warp drive configuration.
Yes. If I understand this correctly, we could probably go and try and determine its current heading and get there before it appears, and then board it after that.
And how do you propose we do that?
We travel.
We
I
should
mean-
do so.
Yeah.
Would I know that that's in the general vicinity of where their homeworlds used to be?
Yes.
Yeah, you can... You've at this point, you've had time to discuss between each other, you know, as you were studying. You know.
Now, since y'all did the research over there, can we predict it? Or do we need to go to the station?
Demi, let's put it this way. The navigator is confident and says he sees the Astronomicon.
I read this in the book somewhere.
I believe if the data he showed me is correct, we should be able to predict it, given the fact that its general path seems to be quite clear in the
You have a general area.
mentions.
It's a lot of space. Definitely there's a low subtlety approach there where you just convince the Navy to send like a dozen frigates and stake out, you know, a dozen different points and let you know when they feel a disturbance in the warp passing by. With a single ship, it's kind of hard without getting really lucky or narrowing it a bit further.
What was the location and how old is last spotting? The location of the last spotting.
Last spotting is about 3 years old. Traversing the warp route towards Vaxenide with the Astartes on board setting off a bomb to break it apart partially. After that, it bounced who the fuck knows where.
So it was here at Vaxenide? I see.
Briefly.
So this is a out of character question. So if we're trying to board, you know, the ship that's coming in and out of the warp,
It's
What
not
happens if
coming
it
in
goes
and out,
into
it's
the
just
warp?
adrift.
It's a drift in the warp.
Didn't we learn that sometimes it comes out
Yes.
and then goes
Yeah.
back in? Yeah. So that's what I mean.
What happens if you are on it when it goes back in?
That
Good
the question is rather like, is there a way to stop it, or is that more warp phenomena, or do we not know?
Turn off the engine.
Presumably, one or more of the space hulks or the hulls fused together into a space hulk have their warp drives running,
Yeah.
and they are interacting in unpredictable ways. Presumably, it has some sort of a resonance thing where it tends to be pushed along the same course back and forth. But who the fuck knows? Yeah, generally go in there and try and blow the right bits up or shut them off.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to shut them off, and if they're open, which they probably are, oh no,
Does anyone have Archaeotech?
I do.
How much?
1 tick.
Okay.
You
Good
can.
enough.
I will let you roll with, let's say, -10 to see how much you know about warp drives and the fuckiness involved in something like this.
I wish I had
Would
scrap
my
parts.
forbidden lore mechanicum apply?
Not for this, or at least not at that difficulty. You can help him for +10 with it, but I won't give you a
All
separate
right.
roll
Well,
with this.
I'll assist then.
Fair. No fate points, so we can't succeed. So, Archaeotech, Calculus Logic does not apply. Scribe Tines do not exist. I hate you, Chris. So -10 +10, so just flat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do you believe?
No.
I mean,
re-roll it?
it's hard. Like usually, it's like Astartes and Tech Marines and like high-ranking navigators doing this kind of shit. Space Hulk show up. They send like an elite company to try and clear it out to reclaim it. It's kind of a bit above your pay grade. It's something that like a full Inquisitor might be involved in. And
Like Arminius.
like Arminius, yeah.
Though, from what we know, it's because there's 2 warp drives that it's basically being interfered and fucked with. So, what happens if we only disable one? Would it stabilize?
It depends. It could be one that's stuck in a loop of some kind. It could be multiple. If it's a field interaction between 2 or more, who the fuck knows?
Yeah,
It's
that's fair.
it's imagine a bola, right? It spins around the center of mass, but there's 2 counterweights, right? They balance each other out. You snip one of those cords, the other one goes flying who the fuck knows where and hitting who the fuck knows what.
Got it. So basically, we won't find out until we get there.
Yeah.
That's what makes it fun.
All right then. So we can predict
crew
it.
will inform you that that your launch window is coming up in half an hour, and they are beginning unmooring procedures. And the
Very
navigator wanted to pass on a message inquiring as to whether you already have a destination in mind. He would like to start plotting out the route.
So do we inform the Navy that we are looking for this thing and just go low subtlety route?
No, we can't.
You would also remember you're not Arminius. You can't just lose some influence and pull a fleet out of your ass.
Yeah, true.
So, what do?
I got nothing personally.
As much as I want to hunt Minius,
Dusk is not far from this path.
Yeah, let's head dusk down.
I suppose
Alright.
we'll find more stuff
Sounds
there.
like a plan.
And if we catch Arminius en route, that'd be great. But we're about to launch off, so Mr. Rogue Trader, go introduce yourself.
Mhm. I shall.
All right. How would you like to introduce yourself to the crew?
Do we have any space large enough to actually gather the crew in a single space?
Oh, fuck no.
No.
Then,
I mean,
I'd
don't we have a
say
fucking church?
intercom broadcast.
You have a church, and if you
Yeah, we have a
gather
temple
as
shrine.
many of them as possible in there, a sword class frigate has something like 15 or 20,000 people. You could get 10 of them in there, maybe.
Okay. Let's say the higher casts of the ship gather there, and I'll have my statements broadcast across the loudhailers of the ship as well.
Okay. So, that is certainly doable. In the church, I presume. Are the rest of you
Of
coming
course.
along or helping in any way?
Mm,
No,
yeah, I don't see a reason why.
I have a different plan in mind. By the way, even though you're talking to church, will this still be broadcasted to the rest of the ship?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Not going to be there. I have a plan.
Okay. Boo, what are you doing? Well, he's getting himself fucked.
Now, might just inspect the equipment that we got, see if everything's good.
Okay. Specifically the grenades.
Specifically, the grenades and any advanced weaponry that we may have laying around.
Generally speaking, the armory on the ship is restricted to shitty guns that you wouldn't really consider the advanced.
Yeah, fair. Then I'll just inspect the frag grenades. Because
Yes,
malfunctioning explosives are,
they are about 5 years old. They are from the Astro Militarum stores. 5 crates, 100 grenades each. Looks to be standard guard issue.
I'll just take 5 for myself right then and there.
Yep. They seem to be perfectly okay, not excessively old, should work fine. Alright, and Jackalor, where are you gonna be during this fun time?
I'll stay nearby, but not actually in sight or anything.
Okay, just watching.
Just trying to, not reveal myself.
Sure.
Not actually hiding, but like in another room or something.
You
Just wait.
stand ominously in the shadows on a balcony.
On a
You're very
balcony.
conspicuous no matter what you do. Don't worry about it.
Demi,
Hmm.
do you... I assume this is something you're doing elsewhere and you're waiting for the distraction.
I'm not really waiting for distraction. I'm waiting for the introduction speech to finish. And, halfway there, I'll make my way there. So let Adolphus go first.
Alright. Adolphus. The crew is summoned as the ship pulls out of the docks. The officers start, passing the message out, and in about 3 hours you have a pretty large crowd waiting for you.
Okay.
This is the moment he's been trained for.
As you walk onto the pulpit, you see that almost all of the faces in the front rows have that same self-carved Aquila sign across them.
It's the death cult.
It's either the death cult or it's the extreme hardline military ones. Who knows? Or maybe they're the same thing. Ooh.
They wait expectantly.
Men, we set forth on this journey to do our best for the Emperor. I may be a rogue trader, but we shall prevail in our quest to do our damnedest to stop the Xenos threats of this sector. My great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather undertook the pursuit of assisting a lowly planet in dealing with the orc scum, those Xenos, those vile beasts, and we shall do the same. You know what you must do. My name is Jordan Dickinson. And together we shall slaughter many Xenos. We shall ram their vessels. We shall crush them into oblivious dust.
Okay. You can roll me a command flat to see if the crowd is impressed.
Command flat, huh?
Does he get any bonuses from church or command bridge or whatever?
Not against the death cult,
No.
which matter.
I'd like to spend for a +10 on this.
Okay. Okay. You know, there's a tense moment as you finish, and then the first row just makes a sign of the quill and slowly bows. The second row, the third, don't say anything. It's just the entire crowd doing that, like a ripple going through it.
Hey guys, I don't think you know how a wave works. You're supposed to go up.
I'll make the sign of the Aquila back to them after they're done, and then bow as well.
Yeah,
These bitches throwing up gang signs.
maybe they won't have to kill this particular captain. He seems to be okay so far. Demi.
Yeah. Well, I was also going to go and introduce myself to the death cult, but mostly by taking 2 stormtroopers and going to the lower levels.
Okay.
Oh, so you want
probably-
to die already? I see.
I didn't think we were gonna have combat this session, but sure.
But I was going to bring myself, 2 stormtroopers if possible, and probably one random guy who actually knows the ship so he can ping us down there.
Okay. You grab like a young lieutenant. He's like, "Sir, this is a really bad idea. This is a really bad idea. You don't know,
I know.
these people."
Well, I'm about to. So, lead onward.
Yeah, he's really uncomfortable with this decision. But he's gonna follow orders and take you to an intersection. Sir, are you sure this... You keep going this way.
Are we here?
Yeah, you're just supposed to, like give them fair warning.
Pat him on the shoulder. That'll be all, Lieutenant. Oh,
Yes, sir. I will report back on your fate, sir.
This is a horrible idea.
yeah. it
And
is.
then there were 3.
So, at that intersection, once he leaves, announce myself.
Okay, how? Just call out?
Call out.
Oi, cunt!
What do you say?
Remember,
Morrissey.
it's the middle of the captain's speech.
I try to plan this a bit after, actually.
Mm-hmm. Sure. It was a short enough speech. It's hard to interrupt it anyway.
Just gonna look him up. Morris Yingst here. Came to introduce myself.
Just like a minute passes. Someone pokes their head out. Yeah? Need something?
Are you part of lower level?
Yeah, sure.
You one of the as the upper crew says, weirdos?
Oh God.
Nice to meet you.
Tell me, sir, is loyalty to the Emperor weird these days in the upper levels? Is that how they do business up there?
I put a laugh. I came to meet you because of that. Because I respect you. I'm not the one calling you a weirdo. The others are.
Why'd you say it?
Because the upper people said it.
Why are you turning the lower levels against the upper levels, Nemi?
Because he wants to ship you, cunt.
What's your name?
James.
Nice to meet you, James. Now, I'm gonna presume, since the lieutenant left me here, this would be a boundary. If I take one more step forward, I'm probably gonna, get shot, right?
It depends on if you put up a fight. The elders would want to meet you, and they would judge whether you are pure and loyal enough.
Good. Because I was planning to meet them too, if that's all right.
Since when are you Southern?
I'm not sure. I haven't chosen a fucking accent yet.
Since
But I'm trying to go
today,
with the Southern.
apparently.
Yeah, I'm trying to go for a Southern type. Mostly because I got, Dirty fucking Harry as my fucking picture.
Looks at the stormtroopers in their regalia. Huh. Okay. Okay, you can come in.
And I'll take a cautious step forward.
The trap springs. The laser net comes down.
But after the first step, I'm gonna continue with stride.
The stormtroopers follow along. Just gonna sigh and gonna lead you inwards. You see a lot of people looking up. They don't clutch their weapons, but there's that look of, I wonder how many it would take for us to, bring these badasses down, with that kind of, not, being afraid to die, but more the, is it a profitable trade kind of look,
Huh?
And you are able to follow inside. One of the mess halls here looks vaguely normal, though there is an aquila, and there are a number of knives which seem to be extremely sharp and edged with a few flecks of blood that sort of make its feathers, hung in neat rows to make the wings by one of the walls. Other than that, it's just that creepy silence, and they keep watching you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this reminds me of the one time my Inquisitor was like, so I need you to go into the Underhigh, look for these heretics. But keep going forward, and I presume James, or at least somebody, would be like, or I'm not sure how the rooms are going, but follow the.
Yeah, they just James just takes you to that mess hall and tells you to sit down. Apparently, all the elders are, almost all of them are currently taking a look at the new captain, deciding how what's the true to the Emperor way to look at him.
Okay, and I'll wait there.
Yeah, it's gonna be about half an hour, and then some of the older people start filing in, men and women, all have the Aquila scar across their face. And they're not really dressed differently. And there are other people certainly that are of similar age to them, but these ones, you can tell by the way the crowd pays attention to them that these matter. They just sort of one by one sit nearby and just keep watching you and the troopers.
Okay. I'm gonna look at them. Gonna essentially do a get up and a slight bow to them, essentially.
One of them just holds up a pair of fingers, says, "Not everyone's here, not yet." So, about 10 minutes since it starts, you can see they're starting to look around, and then they just sort of, enough of us are here. So, you were saying?
Matter fine to meet y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Wanted to heard about this from the crew. Want to throw my respects out, and I presume all of y'all heard the rogue trader and his speech.
The rogue trader.
Well, by the way, do we know? Rather, were
the new crew doesn't know shit. The old ones have been on the ship all along, so that's kind of a different case.
I'm gonna look at them. Experience is a mighty weapon. I can see that in your eyes. So, I'll be frank, but considering you're veterans and officers to a degree in your own ranks, would it be appropriate if me and you elders could have a bit of word without the youngins?
Every man here is a loyal servant of the Emperor.
Perfect. I'll tell you straight ahead. We're after a heretic. And I am going to take out my Rosalia,
Mm-hmm.
the Inquisition. And I'd like if every single man and woman here could help me and the other interrogators here do their duty to the Emperor. I didn't need to question that, but I wanted to know.
Very well. We're aware of what you want. Just this uncomfortable silence that stretches as they wait, watching.
I'm just gonna nod. Good. Just wanted to inform y'all about that. So there's no secrets between people who are loyal to the Emperor.
Are you loyal to the Emperor?
I worked for 20 years with the Inquisition, went through heretics galore, shooting them in the brain. And yeah, you can test me. I have a feeling we have different ways of doing it. But I am to my bone.
Just deeply scrutinizes you.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure how much, I'm presenting, but I got willpowers and talents for this.
Mm-hmm. What would you do if one of your fellows aided the heretic or let him escape through weakness?
Well, that's pretty simple. Anybody who aids a heretic or lets a heretic go is a heretic himself.
True, but it seems that very few people who have not been trained since birth have the strength of will to do what's right.
Indeed. That's why Imperial Guard exists and why we train them from such an early time, so that they're ready to fight the menace. All I need you to know is I am loyal, and I won't let a heretic escape. No matter how strong this heretic is, I'll face him front to front and bring him to his demise.
Okay. Let's see if that's enough. You're saying all the right things. Give me an intimidation with willpower.
Do not have intimidation, haha. But
And
mostly
yet you
because
willingly walked into this place.
oh yeah, I'm not supposed to be too intimidating rather, but mostly relying on the Adeptus Arbite thing. Oh, first gonna roll. No modifier, yeah.
Yes.
He's a screwed.
Holy shit!
There. You see?
Wait,
Wait.
Trying to
how the
jinx it.
fuck? No,
Oh
you
my
rolled
god!
first.
How did I clicked.
He
I
fucked
clicked
up.
Demi.
I clicked intimidate. What the fuck? It literally told me intimidate. I clicked intimidate. I fucking
Congratulations, Demi.
Oh, here
You're a
comes the
fuck.
crit fail.
Come on. That is just for fuck's sake.
Mwah.
But yeah, this is actually a good point to realize at this time. For the willpower substitution, I first have to succeed and then, right?
Yep,
Okay.
Yep.
that's how Adeptus Arbite works.
Yeah.
Very well. We will test you, as you suggested. They're gonna give you a name and surname. This crew member caught some of ours that were told to test him. They stole extra rations. This officer let them go. We will leave it in your hands to deal with this appropriately. We will be watching.
We'll look at the stormtroopers. That's our cue to go. And I'll get up and fuck off.
Okay.
I cry every day.
Okay. So, remind me, but what were you doing at this time?
I was just checking the grenades and
Yes.
taking some. I took 5 for myself.
Give me a willpower roll.
Jacklor
+20.
was being a gloomy cunt.
Yeet.
Okay, you catch yourself just fiddling with a grenade, contemplating where to hide it for a rainy day.
Understandable.
Have a nice day.
Jackalor, the crowd, can almost feel it. It's like a hum in the air, the psychic resonance. They're not psychic, but they are very much in tune with each other. And especially in the chapel, it's definitely something that can be felt.
Interesting. I'll be sure to report that to the others when we assemble again. Their devotion to the Emperor is quite powerful.
Indeed. So, you're able to reassemble. Demi, do you wish to give any orders or do anything about a certain officer that seems to have strayed?
Well, I got a name, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm gonna see about having a one-on-one with this officer. classic Inquisition interrogation time, essentially.
Okay, so tell the stormtroopers to grab him, put him in your meeting room.
Nah. That's too much. This is an officer. First, I'm gonna ask him politely and see. By the way, and I'm gonna track his timing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna see if he's late, early, on time. And or if he's gonna come at all or make an excuse.
Okay, sure. He's all unsuspecting, like he's gonna arrive where you ask him.
All right. What's the name? Just so I can have it for reference.
For fuck's sake, let me open the generator and choose
Thank you.
something cancerous.
Please, not another Kenny. We have too many Kennys.
He's not worthy of Kenny.
Oof.
Asmodai Limardi, there you go.
Asmodai. Gonna be sitting there already if he enters.
Asmodai, you are about to be known as Asma Dead.
I'm gonna be smoking a cigar.
Sir?
Officer Asmodai, please sit down.
Sit. How can I help you, sir?
How can I help you? How you been?
Fine. The ship is departing. Everything is mostly on schedule. The crew is settling in as well as can be expected for new recruits. All seems to be in order.
Oh. What's your job here? Like, what do you do? What do you specialize in?
Let's see. What would he be specializing in? Let's. The hired is the more actually interesting the job is.
70. Oh, I thought I was rolling. Sorry about that.
Okay.
No, Chris should go with yours.
It's not a 69, but hey, we got a 60 and a 79.
So 60. So yeah, he oversees a group of maintenance crews and is in charge of organizing their schedules and making sure they're prepared for emergency damage control and combat.
Interesting. And how do you do your job?
As well as I can, sir.
And how good is that?
Have you just got him alone, or are we all here?
No, I've got him alone. I'm having a one-on-one.
Okay.
Sir, has there been a problem I'm unaware of?
Yeah, there has, actually. That's why I'm asking. But I want to see, do you know what the problem is?
I cannot imagine. The older crew have been problematic at times, but as long as you make their duties clear, they'll do them. They just prefer to organize their own teams.
So if you say what their duty is, they do it. What about you? Who tells you?
I really don't understand what you're getting at.
What I'm talking about, officer, is I don't think you do your job well enough.
Excuse me? I have 20 years of service in the Navy, sir.
And
I know full well. How dare you? I would not have been granted a place on the ship if I was a slacker, sir.
I checked over some of the logs. I checked over some of the things. I had an incident recently with a certain crewmate and his rations, huh? What about that? You know what I'm talking about.
You see him searching his mind.
So as you can see, 20 years.
Two
I think he's backing off.
fucking 14-year-olds from that fucking below decks gang stole some booze. Yeah, I didn't whip them. because they were scared about going into battle. They said they were scared. Fine. If
And they
that's what it takes to keep the peace, sometimes you have to bend the rules to keep the ship from exploding. You can't drive the crew too hard until it's time, until you actually go into combat, when you need everything from them. You need to win their loyalty first.
See, I think you are underestimating some people. 14 years old. Do you have any clue how many people at that age pick up a gun?
I am aware, yes.
And how many people fight for the Emperor at that age? And what you're doing,
I have direct orders not to piss off the below decks fuckers. Whipping 2 kids for what to them may well seem a minor infraction is likely to piss them off and cause a riot, which is the last thing we need.
what do you know about those people underneath?
I know that we are down 3 officers because of them.
Why? What's in your opinion, why?
Because they're a touchy lot. Unfortunately, they also know all the things that are actually specific about the ship, which we don't yet. So if the warp engine needs to be tuned just right, in order for the Giller field not to collapse, we need them to tell us.
Now I have a question for you. Again.
Really? Really, do you
Yeah.
have more questions? Because it seems to me like you're nitpicking at me obeying direct orders from my superiors to the best of my ability. I was specifically told to go easy on the below decks fucks if I didn't have to have a confrontation to avoid it, in order not to cause a goddamn riot, which I have done. I have kept the damn peace, however much it pissed me off.
I'm sorry, I might have misheard you right there. You said you could. If I heard your words right, it almost sounded as if you enticed a riot. Is that correct?
You know what? If you wish to question my conduct and my orders and their validity, you should speak to my direct superior.
And your direct superior is?
He's gonna give you a name.
Hmm.
But based on your skills at interrogation, this dude doesn't see himself as having done anything wrong as far as he's concerned.
Oh, yeah.
He is, just doing his job as best he can.
Mm-hmm. Even though that job isn't up to stuff.
Yeah, like the officers might have a different view of the below decks fucks.
Also, if I can put a suggestion then.
Doesn't say anything more. He's done talking to you.
Now see, things can get a bit haywire here. And things will get haywire soon. So, how about this? I'm not suggesting you lose a job, lose your life. I'm suggesting you go through a re-education program. You see, some people, when they do their best, actually only prove to be a liability to others. So, how about this? How about we extract really the best? Make you a man fine enough to present himself in front of the Emperor.
With all due respect, sir, I have worked and bled to keep the Imperium safe for 20 years. Go and fuck yourself.
And did I too? Are you claiming that I didn't? Or that any other men here didn't? Are you in any way shape, or form, trying to make yourself that you're better than the rest who've also bled.
It's just this cold fury in his eyes.
If you want to bleed and you want to show your dedication, your loyalty, you need to become better than what you are right now. Because right now, you're a liability. See, I'll tell you right now, I've been meeting the fine folks around here in the few hours I've been here. And your choice to let seemingly 2 little boys get off the hook, see, that was your issue. Not following protocol, not following what the Emperor wanted us all to do, and that led to more problems. And that's why I'm here. This wouldn't have happened if you followed protocol, if you were truly doing the best. I don't want you to
He's
be
gonna
angry.
start quoting regulations to you, ones that deal with under which circumstances protocol supersedes and on which circumstances direct orders from superior officers supersede.
Yeah, I have 2 ticks of judgment too, so I know them.
Yeah, it's he's kind of making a pretty decent case that if there was a fuck up, it was with his officer for giving such an order in the first place. He would have been in the wrong if he had disobeyed the direct order.
But he was the person in order this time. There was no superior. He caught them and he did it.
Yeah, but he had orders to go easy on the lower decks crew members. If it was like a minor thing. And, he could resolve it with a de-escalation rather than punishment.
All right, fine. That too is one of the things the Emperor stated. So, you're not in the wrong. Who is? The officer? All right, let's go meet the officer. You and me.
Okay, so you're gonna be
Yeah, I'm gonna be attempting to do a not a shakedown.
But yeah, find where the fuck this fuck up happens.
See, because here's the thing. Right now, in my mind, since I also work Inquisition, they're right. I should get rid of this heretic. But in my mind as well, why remove one heresy when I could remove the entire heresy?
You'll run
So
out of
No, I'm mostly just gonna try and go upstairs and be like, no, don't fucking take it easy. Take it fucking hard. Protocol. And basically that way trying to, not resolve one heretic, but resolve much more.
Oh, so just essentially whip the command crew into shape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, effectively, the higher officers who are actually, willing to explain the reasoning behind this to you, who aren't just gonna follow up and, how dare you impugn my honor, sir. Effectively, their orders were, get this ship functioning and able to go into the warp and go into a fight as quickly as possible. Cut corners if you have to. This is too important. Directly from Inquisition. And they figured that meant, kiddie gloves with the lower decks crew. And that's how they implemented those orders.
Well, I can have a talk with the rogue trader if need be, but we're gonna have to take the kitty gloves off. We need things running proper. And when I mean proper, I mean real proper. No
Okay.
gun corners.
They're gonna inform you that yes, but then they have to apply it equally, or there's gonna be either the new crew is gonna start thinking they're better than the lower decks or some other fuckiness, and they have like 2 weeks of training, but they're still essentially civilians, so you can do that, but like the 60-70% of the crew that is actually off the streets of Scintilla is gonna get real pissy real fast. Not riot pissy, more like stealing shit, not doing their jobs properly, slacking off, that kind of pissy.
And that's why the officers exist for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
If they They get pissy. You do your job better.
I mean, they say that, you know, they can stay in control. That's not a problem. It's just, you know, don't be surprised if at some point some fuckers try to break into an arms locker and stage a mutiny and have to be shut down hard.
That only proves that they were weak in the eyes of the Emperor.
Yeah, you see some of the officers' size, so it's gonna be that kind of a trip.
Cursed. But yeah, see, out of character. As much as like they're like I know what they're feeling, like that the people down below are touchy, but in my eyes, they like it wrong. If it means right.
What the fuck? Okay, so yeah, you can definitely give those orders. The officers will endeavor to implement them. This will have an impact on the morale and potentially the population of the crew.
Don't worry about it, guys. We can handle it. But to be fair, though, that will that speed up the process that we like gain crew rating and the like.
Yes, crew rating is not gonna be a passive thing necessarily, but ordering things like this and role-playing through them, I would say that definitely works in that direction, yes.
You know, considering we don't have a navigator, guys, I think crew rating is a lot more important than losing one population.
Depends on how hard they write and how good you roll on command to contain it.
We have a rogue trader for that.
Speaking of which, Jackalor, rogue trader, and while the well, Mortes is going through the officers and impugning their honor like a douchebag.
Yes.
What are you doing?
I'll inspect once everyone's left, or most of the people have left the temple shrine. I'll inspect the temple shrine for, you know, possible, you know, non-standard emperor worship.
Oh
Also
yeah,
known-
there's loads. A lot more than you would usually see. I mean, noble sacrifice stuff is, you know, normal, but there's a lot more of the penitence type stuff than you would expect.
It's heretical.
I mean, not necessarily. Roll Forbidden Lore Heresy. You see no heresy, you hear no heresy, you speak no heresy. There is no heresy here.
Oh my god, you only have a tick of heresy, you heretic.
It's just seems. I mean, it's weird, you know. It's weird. The face scars are weird. The way they creepily stare is weird. But you know, it's probably fine. You've heard of Kriegers. It seems you've locked into a good crew, or a good core for the crew. It'll probably be fine.
No heresy. There is no heresy in Bossing Say.
Yeah, it's the temple never seems to be entirely empty. There's usually at least like a 50 or maybe 100 people, depending on the, you know, from moment to moment, coming in, making prayers, leaving. You know, it's a place that is visited regularly, even in the main shifts.
Oh, I forgot. I have faith in the creed.
Yes.
So on the result of 1d10, or when I roll 1d10, on the result of 1, I do not spend the fate point.
How many have you spent so far?
3.
Or roll 3d10?
Nope.
Emperor said no.
Wait. Oh. Wait, didn't you get it? Oh, is it on a 1 that you regain it back, or is
It's
it
on
on
a
a
1. It's on a 1.
thought it was on a 10. F.
I'm remembering Epic's game. I regained on like 8
So
to
many.
10. It's I just
How did you
can't
get-
hold all these fate points.
How did you get 8? And you can share those fate points if I remember right.
Those were I took Pure Faith and Pure Faith talents as elite advances, paid through the nose for them. That was Sisters of Battle shit, because I was the zealous one.
But I don't remember you being a female.
I wasn't. Like I said, I got the Pure Faith because I was zealous enough to get it.
Oh. Lamau?
Yeah, he was a zealot. You know?
Yeah, no, I
My
thought,
life prior and all that.
man, fuck first
So
edition.
while Jackalor's fucking around investigating the death cult, I'd like to go through the sections of the ship that are garrisoned by, you know, the newer, inexperienced crew, and introduce myself personally to as many of the crew as I can, inspect the stations,
Mhm.
you know, be a gregarious leader type.
Roll 1d100. This is a death die.
This is a death die. You really need to implement a death die.
Okay. So, it's funny that you should decide to do this. Let's find an appropriate corridor. Because, you know, it's...
So you have melee combat, right? You have ranged combat, right?
Mm-hmm.
It works, guys! God, I love
Adolphus, final question. You're a psyker, right?
What's wrong with you, Jackalor?
So, the two do you take Inquisitorial troopers or ratings with you, actually? Ratings being generally the ship security that can be trusted with guns.
Actually, I'd probably take two of the fellows with well, would the I'd probably take two of the older crew members with the scar faces
You're able to get
with
backstab.
proper armaments.
Oh, so you just arm them and take them with you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then they have shotguns and are wearing, you know, the flak vests of the security. So, you keep going forward and, these crew don't seem happy to see you. You hear someone whisper, wait, it's the captain. He had a fucking family. That bastard. You have one turn to react to what is about to turn very ugly. This was you, right? One turn. What do?
The infamous death ratings that will just die.
Choose. You.
One turn's like 5 seconds, isn't it?
Yep. You could try get a sentence out. Just.
I'd probably say it's a pleasure to meet them. Please introduce yourselves.
Okay. Make a charm roll. This will determine how many hesitate on the first turn.
I believe.
You can make it with a +10 for the entourage and being the captain.
I'd like to re-roll that.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
He went to
Don't
meet
worry.
the non-zealous crew.
The newbies.
And how is he in a fight?
Well, he's getting London mugged.
It's funny that you should say that.
You said it was a +10, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, they hesitate. The ratings lower the shotguns. Sir, it might be best to depart before these heretics do something they'll regret.
Hmm.
You have one more turn. One with that crit. The ratings now have an overwatch going essentially over this group. The first ones to move forward get shot.
Can I see what they're doing, or are they just grouped up like
There's
this?
a lot of tension. It's mostly looks like they're grabbing a rest between shifts. They look tired, sore, and pissed. And like based on their faces, probably civilians just grabbed and press ganged.
Hmm. You all seem fairly tired. I will leave you to your rest. Please, on my honor, please get a doubling of your alcohol rations for the night.
Okay, give me a command roll. Flat.
That's sad.
I'd like to re-roll that.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Nice.
See one of them clutching a bottle that's almost completely empty, just considering yeeting it at your face. Then just, no, not today. You're able to depart without further incident.
Yay!
In future, don't go out alone without someone there to kill anyone.
Yep.
There's a reason why the officers don't go alone among the crew.
So should I try and roll a charm test to see if the crew likes me or not?
You literally took them away from the only lives they've known. It's not gonna work.
No, you can try with the officers though, which is more important than these fuckers.
Mm-hmm.
And they won't kill you for it because they've had this job for a while now.
I mean, the officers are all essentially Navy guys with good records, either currently in the reserve or pulled from active duty. So they might make the wrong decisions, but they're going to be loyal to the mission by and large.
Okay.
So you don't really need to charm them per se. They're professional enough to do their jobs, even if they hate you like they now hate Demi.
Yeah,
Well, I'll introduce myself to them regardless.
Okay. And boom.
Yes.
Demi spent another 4 or 5 hours going through the officers, interrogating a bunch of people, telling them they're doing everything wrong and to crack the whip with the crew even if it breaks the new recruits.
look, we're trying to get to fucking crew rating 40. We don't have a navigator, boo!
I was hoping, to at least go a month without a rebellion on the ship, but
Don't worry about it.
At least get into the war before you start exploding.
yeah.
Well, to be fair though, if we had a mutiny and explosions in the warp, that would have been bad. Better to do it while we have, 2 weeks to get to the Mandible Point.
Someone who hasn't slept for 3 days has been worked to the bone just looking at the Gellerfield with a hammer in hand. But how bad could it be? Maybe I'll just knock it once and see what happens.
And how did Adolphus get into his predicament?
He decided to go and meet the crew.
That's about it.
What the fuck? Fair enough.
So, what are you doing while the others are busy getting into trouble?
What would I be doing? Is there any way to help with preparations for anything?
No, the crew seems to
get
have
there?
that well in hand. The press gang people have generally gotten their faces pushed in for the last 2 weeks, so they're mostly docile now.
Fair enough. I want to kind of try and learn about not the off the books, off the records type shit that might be happening on the ship.
Okay. Sure, how do you should go about that?
Well, start from the officers and work my way down, I guess. If I find nothing, I find nothing. Not all the way down, not till the lower decks. Ain't suicidal.
Okay, give me interrogation with willpower. This will be flat because you're starting from the officers, which is
Fair
a
enough.
shitty place to start for the black market.
Yeah, true.
The officers inform you that there is no black market on the ship, and if they have anything to say about it, there fucking won't be.
Understandable. Now let's move on to just the guards.
The ratings tell you that, of course, there isn't a black market. Who do you take them for, interrogator?
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Oh no, they leave that part out.
Yeah. And then to just the menial workers.
They just stare at you like, how sleep deprived do you think I am? Kind of look like, do you really think I'm dumb enough to confess anything like that?
Understandable.
Have an XD.
They all think I'm gonna crack down on it. Nah, I just need some shit.
You just want a cut, it's fine.
It's completely fine.
See, I'm the kind of guy who's looking to buy and sell.
This
Buy
crew
from
is
you and
charged
sell
like a
you
fucking
out.
bottle of ammonium nitrate.
Okay.
At any moment, it will explode, either because of the lower decks fucking fighting with the others because of their treachery, or because the officers fucking up in some way. But there's 3 fucking factions here, and they're all, despising each other.
Well, 4, if you include the Death Cult as a separate faction, which they definitely fucking are.
So, Boo, I'm assuming you're wearing your body glove instead of something fancier, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a hands-on type of dude.
So, when you get back to the officers' quarters, there's 2 dudes with Aquila scars that they have started but haven't finished, and one of them points at you. Yes, officer, that's him right there. He was asking where to acquire illegal goods.
I would have my identification on me, obviously.
Sure, do you want to flash it in in front of these guys?
No, I'll show it to the officer.
Okay. It's just
But
gonna
the
wait
problem
for you
is-
to walk up. Just lean forward, shield it from them, show him, just nods. It's gonna just well done, boys. You have passed the test. Very well done. Please tell me of anyone who saw this and didn't report it.
We're inbraining into these are going to be real. We're gonna make so every crew here is an acolyte in his own degree.
Yes.
Roll up with the ship 20,000 acolytes strong. Prepare for boarding.
Yes.
Seriously, if you do not get to crew rating 60, I will be sad.
You have to avoid the significant numbers of them continually getting killed, because that fucks it hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, you know, well, if we actually have everybody in acolyte, that's also going to kill the crew because you're a heretic. No, you're a heretic.
Yeah. If
I
anything,
mean,
it's gonna reduce our crew
1/3 of the
rating.
crews are already, basically acolytes.
Which is why we have 8 less population, yes.
Accidents happen to heretics.
and I want to note, Adolph, that's, I don't think a third, considering that there's 8 dead, I'm going to go with a 10th.
Nah.
By the officer's estimation, it's somewhere between 15 and 25% of the total crew. They're not quite that hard on the killing. They prefer purification, but they're certainly, sometimes heretics won't repent. And a
What
lot
can
of
you
that
do?
isn't people that are actually dead. It's just that a significant percentage of the crew is always needing to recover from wounds and ceremonies.
Bobby, put the heavy flavor down at 60 kilograms and you have a broken leg. Nay.
Is that heretic I hear?
Steps on the wrong leg, goes down. Nay! Flamer spraying everywhere.
What do you got there?
Ah,
A flamer.
you shall kill
No!
all the Eldari. Congratulations, son. You died a hero.
Just every
Okay.
turn, he keeps firing the flamer. The Eldari just to the size of the fucking corridor, then come back out. Just keep fucking dodging it, getting closer and closer. So, you are underway, climbing towards the Mandeville Point. You have decided how to approach the crew and how to presumably shape the ship to your will. I think this might be a good place to end it, unless you have something else to include.
Yeah, I'd just like to try and charm the officers.
It really
Don't
doesn't
push your
matter.
luck. You've already fucked up enough today.
Yeah, I'm joking. Don't worry about
We
it.
didn't fuck up. This is
All
how you
according
do
to
it.
Keikaku.
Exactly as planned.
The weak will die, the strong will persevere. But no matter who you are, you will die in the name of the Emperor.
Ship comes out of the warp without a killer field. There's like 5% of the crew left in lower levels. The rest were weak. We have triumphed.
Yes.
So you're saying Robot Goldeman would have to die because he would die for the Emperor?
This being has no name says that this is what peak performance looks like.
Look, we played Inquisitors, role-playing as rogue traders, who are in the end all heretics. So now we're gonna do proper Inquisition.
That's what we told ourselves at the beginning of the campaign in general.
Give it time. We'll get bored and eventually break this too.
It always starts out so bright and pure, so devoted, so
Indeed.
loyal.
So I started stabbing.
So anyways, I started blast.
Okay, so,
So, 400 XP. There's combat.
you go fuck yourself, 300 each.
It was combat.
Our rogue trader could have gotten mugged and stabbed 32 times.
He fell on a sharp tool. It was an accident.
32 times.
He kept slipping on his own blood.
You know, at that point, it's like, You know what? That only proves how tough he was and how much he didn't want to die.
Hey, the
Yeah.
fact I've not died yet is proof that I'm more capable as a captain of the ship than the last guy.
I'm picking up-
You haven't pissed off the death cult yet.
Yet.
Yes.
Despite his ardent attempts at pissing them off.
Oh, he started
What do you
good.
mean? That was Demi.
I mean, shit's gonna go tits up as soon as we find a very good Xeno weapon.
Or if they recognize the bolts you're loading into your special big boy gun.
Ahem.
So, Boo, what are your thoughts about this newest chapter in our adventure now that we have finished character creation and backstories?
Hell yes. This is just currently a just feeling of dread as to the affairs on the ship and how this is gonna go, but definitely will be interesting to see how the fuck we deal with the like 17 different factions we have on board and hunting for the SDC at the same time.
Oh, just you wait till you start little grins popping up in bulkheads.
Yeah. But I would have to say my favorite moment was getting essentially a fucking heretical weapon.
Fucking damn it.
This is my big gun.
This is my demon deleter.
Yes.
Uh,
Save one for Arminius. If we find it.
Demi,
This is what we call a demon deleter.
shush, Jackalore. We know you bought a lot of very bad toys. Demi, any thoughts about this newest chapter?
So far, so good. I picked up a dot of Intimidate with 200 experience, fuck strength, and yeah, yeet. Can't wait to radicalize. Can't wait to radicalize the crew, and even the officers are gonna be like, "Sir, we're at 90% hull integrity. We're going to fail, so we must ram them for the name of the Emperor." Only then will I be proud of my fucking crew.
You
I mean, it
doubt
is called
the
a sword
capability
frigate.
of a heralded and extremely competent Navy officer? What are you?
Sir, the old cruiser is heading
A
straight
realist.
for us. Excellent, no chance of missing. Ramming speed!
Sir, we're surrounded. Good, we can shoot in all directions.
Adolphus, your thoughts about this newest chapter?
It's a wonderful start.
To
Okay.
a horrible journey.
Jackalore, same question.
So anyway,
And he cuts out.
So anyway, that was his words.
He was gonna say, so anyways, I started blasting.
In line with his character, I feel like it'd be more. So, anyways, I started hammering.
Jackalore, you were saying?
anyway, I think we're off to a good start now. We might be able to get through the first 3 sessions without anyone dying.
Doubt.
Look, we're trying, okay?
Adolphus literally was like, let me just go and meet the abducted factory workers we picked up to be the crew of the ship.
Yeah, that was special.
Don't worry.
And they
yeah.
all got some more alcohol for it.
I
And
think
you didn't die. Win-win.
I literally telegraphed that the crew wasn't safe to speak to. Still went to talk to them.
Yes.
Yes. See, here's the thing. You say it's not safe to. That's okay. We are Inquisition. We have to take risks.
You see, Dickinson clearly does not know how to take hints.
You don't know how to take hints.
This family is already cursed and it's not even a real dynasty.
So actually, I just like how we did a bamboozle. So where we were Inquisitors role-playing as Rogue Traders, now we're Rogue Traders role-playing Inquisitors.
Yep.
All according to plan, Demi.
Ching Chong, we're a rogue trader, House Dickinson, we'd like to have dinner. They come close. Psych Inquisition, open up the fucking gates.
Ah, yes, the Cathar dynasty. We would like to trade. Can we dock our ships together, please?
Send in the stormtroopers.
So fucking cursed.
Yeah, once we inaugurate so that like 50% of our crew are acolytes, we're gonna be like, oh, we'd also like to bring some acolytes on board. You know, Inquisition standards. Like, okay, so why is 10,000 fucking people coming onto a ship? They're all acolytes.
Ah, fucking cursed. Okay, say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
See ya.
Bye, everyone. Save
So-
me.